GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
It's a beautiful Thursday. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Yes, I said Thursday. I'm just in a hurry. I can't wait for the weekend. Miss Debbie, I can't wait for the weekend. Yeah, so I'm in a hurry. So I said Thursday morning. Anyway, yeah, I guess so. So you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. You're also welcome to the news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues and stories that matter to you every morning right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. I am your host, Ruth Esinafiagbedu, and as usual, joining me this morning in the studio on the news headline review is Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. Good morning, Miss Debbie.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
The grace is sufficient.
We bless God. I see you are smiling. What was the good news? Any more wallets?
Momo, hey, I check.
0.00. It's as well. We be fine. Why?
I know, right?
Miss Reggie.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hope all is well.
Yeah.
Hope you slept well.
Yeah.
Today I didn't see your message at 1 a.m. So I guess you were sleeping. All right. You're welcome to the news headline review. Let's dive into our major news items for this morning. Akwetia by-election, massive police deployment scary. Residents. Some residents of Akwetia in the eastern region have raised concerns about the heavy security presence ahead of the by-election scheduled for September 2nd, 2025. Speaking on Akwetia Watch on Channel 1 TV with Nana Tumfor Boaten, some constituents said the large deployment of police personnel has heightened fears of possible violence. Looking at the number of police officers coming here, I'm getting a little bit scared. I thought it was going to be a peaceful something, a normal election, but with the number of police here, it's scary. And this is from Francis Agbeko. Another resident, Otu, however, expressed confidence in the police, insisting that he expected a peaceful process. As part of measures to ensure order and security, the Ghana Police Service has deployed over 600 officers to the constituency, some of whom recently completed a 5-day intensive training. Police have so far arrested 10 people in possession of firearms in the area. The by-election was triggered by the death of Akwetia's Member of Parliament, Enes Kumi. Preparations are already underway, with the printing of ballot papers commencing on Wednesday. The main contenders in the poll are Bernard Bediako Buedu and for the National Democratic Congress, which is the NDC, and Solomon Kwame Esumedu of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP. So this is coming from the residents of Akwetia in the eastern region. So ahead of the Akwetia by-election, which will be coming up on September 2nd, 2025, residents have expressed mixed feelings about the massive police deployments in the constituency. The Ghana Police has so far deployed over 600 officers, some recently trained to maintain law and order. 10 suspects have already been arrested for possessing firearms. While some residents fear the heavy presence signals possible violence, others say it assures them of a peaceful election. Well, this election came by the death of MP Enes Kumi, with the NDC's Bediako Buedu and the NPP Solomon Esumedu as main contenders for the seat in Akwetia, that is in the eastern region. Miss Debbie, can you share your thoughts with me? The residents are saying that they are panicking, they are scared, looking at the number of police that are already have already been deployed into the area. Do you
This
think
is
this
Ghana
should
Talks Breakfast
actually
Show,
cause
your
some
morning
kind of like
companion.
panic, or should be scary to anybody at all?
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast
This is
Show,
not to
your
cause
morning
panic.
companion.
So I see no reason why they should be panicked. This is something that they should be really happy about, because we saw what happened in Ablekuma. We saw how people were beaten. We saw flying human pythons.
Wow.
We saw kung fu powers. We saw a lot of things happening. So as a resident, I feel like you should be happy, because you know for sure that your safety is in place, or your safety has been put in order. It is only when you want to tell me that you want to cause chaos, that's why you're panicked.
That's why.
Yes. If you have it in mind that you want to go and cause chaos, that is when you'll be panicked. But if you feel like you're going to, go and cast your vote, go home and sleep. You're not going to help the EC count the ballot papers. No one is going to do that. It is the EC and his official and a representative from the MPP and the NDC who are supposed to be there for the counting to go on. Your own is go and cast your vote, go home and sleep. So if you tell me that the deployment of the police in Ablekuma is scaring you, then I think you have a different motive.
Akwetia.
Yeah, sorry, Akwetia. Then it means you are trying to convey a message to me that you have a different motive. When I saw the IGP saying that they are deploying almost 600 to 6,000 police officials, I was very, very happy. And they are so eager that whoever will fall into their trap, whether you are NDC, whether you are MPP, so I feel like as a resident, it is your safety that counts first. If these people come to mess up, at the end of the day, we won't go and mention Ashama. We won't go and mention Tema.
Exactly.
We will mention Akwetia. When Ablekuma own happened, did we mention any other town's name? No, it is only in Ablekuma.
Right.
So I feel like you, the resident, you should be happy. Why? It is, when I was a kid, I used to be afraid of police and soldiers, because I feel they are terrors. But growing up, I realized that no, these people are actually there for my safety. So they are calling my friend. That is when you do the right thing. That is what I'm saying, that when you go cast your vote, go home and sleep. But when you have a different motive that you are going there to cause chaos, then prepare yourself, because you're about bo and kasa. I saw a video where they were training. And I know you will also be arrested. And so if you're a resident and you are being paid, I'm saying this on record, if you're a resident and you are being paid to go and cause mayhem, prepare yourself. Because if you are being caught, when you get there, you explain further.
Okay, so looking at the number of police officers that have been deployed in that particular constituency, what is the assurance that they are going to maintain law and order? Because in the case of Ablekuma North, we saw police officers there, but still we saw the chaos, the abuse, the beatings, and some, to the extent of some even police officers beating journalists.
Yeah.
So what is the assurance that these are the number of police officers that have been deployed to this area, and they are going to make sure that they maintain law and order for violence not to take place? Because police officers were even present at some polling station, but what will happen was actually happening. So are we looking at the number or the quality or the competence of the police officers?
We are looking at both. We are looking at the number and their competence as well.
So would you say that with what happened at Ablekuma North, they were not enough to...
No, Ablekuma North, I wouldn't say they were enough. The police they deployed, was it up to 600?
Well, I
No.
didn't...
Yes, we didn't actually put that into consideration, but I'm not sure. And I know that they've done their homework. I know the IGP and his people has done their homework. And I know they've talked to their people. You are there to secure the safety of the people. You're not there to beat them. And immediately an officer, you do that, I was saying sound. Will uniform near Jiffy wants him? You are being sidelined. Oh, yes. With this current police officer that slapped a journalist, I was told that he was being sidelined for an investigation to take place first.
Yes.
Then it is a two-way possibility whether they can actually call him or a Jumanabo or what. But as a police official, you should know your duty. You are not there to cause mayhem. You are not there to cause chaos. You are actually there to let peace reign. So I believe that it's not only about the number, but the competence. These two things count. As normal human beings, sometimes when you see police cry, you fear a bit. It's not as if they are there to harm you, but you know what they are there for. and they're coming in numbers is not just to scare you away, but just to instill this small kind of fear that if you misbehave, law no any will be did. That is all. But I'm sure they are going to prove their competency. But trust me, if after this Akwatia election, upon them deploying 600 people to site, and then we still experience violence, then we have a big question to answer, because it does not only speak ill of us, it tarnishes democracy, the democracy we always hail to have as a country. It tarnishes it. It doesn't speak good of us at all.
Right. Miss Regina, looking at the number of police officers that have been deployed into that particular area, do you think it's going to cause any form of like intimidation and prevent people from going out to vote? Because already they said they're already scared. The election hasn't started yet. So what if the election starts? Do you think in a way it's going to intimidate these people from going out to go and vote for whoever they think is right for the seat?
Okay, so I don't see. I would say it's normal for every human being to feel nervous and anxious.
Right.
But so why do you move fire? I don't see the need why you need to be scared to go out to cast your vote. When we are going for demonstration, for example,
Yes.
police officers are being deployed.
Exactly.
And these people even go as far as having guns on themselves.
Yes.
But these humans, they are bold enough to go out and still protest. So are they trying to say some police officers, they are not really capable or what? Because sometimes they deploy more than, if I'm not mistaken, 100 police officers.
Oh, more than that.
More than
Yeah,
that,
more
yes.
than that.
So looking at the issue at hand, Akwatia election,
By-election.
I just saw one aspirant, but unfortunately he was disqualified. I think they said APP, Action People's something Party.
In Akwatia.
In Akwatia. he has gone to court to make sure that the election doesn't come on. And I was like, look at this.
The election doesn't come on.
It doesn't come on.
Who is he?
Oh. He goes by the name David Ankoma. Yes.
He's
Action People's Party.
He's an independent
He's
candidate.
an independent candidate
Right.
in the Akwatia constituency. So he's saying he filed suit to stop Akwatia by-election over disqualification. So if someone like this, I'm not saying he has any ulterior motive, but sometimes people out of desperation do certain things. So the police officers, their presence shouldn't cause any kind of fear. As I said from the beginning, it's normal to be nervous. It's normal to feel anxious, but that shouldn't stop you from going out to cast your vote. As Debbie said, if you have a clear and sound mind, you just go, you cast your vote, then you leave there. When you were reading, you said almost about 9 people have been arrested.
10
for acquiring or for having
firearms.
Or they being in possession of firearms.
Exactly.
Why should they even have firearms
in the first
place? For what exactly? What are your motive? And this is not a case where we would only pick one party member or one party to blame them for this. This is a time where we would blame both parties, either the NPP or either the NDC, because because I believe that these individuals will not just wake up and have firearms. They've been sent by some people in the parties to cause mayhem, to cause chaos and all that. And also with the deployment of these police officers, me and you, I and you, we've sat here and seen videos of some people on social media threatening to cause chaos.
As far as even ministers.
One person was bold enough to say, "Oh, banana be boat, I miss my boat."
Look at that.
Oh, banana be boom, I miss my boat. So I will say, "You're cool, we have to kill someone." This is not right. So I think the police officers there is the right step in the right direction. So Jane say, because of the police officers, you wouldn't go out to cast your vote. Sit in your house. Those who are bold enough will go out to cast their vote. At the end of the day, what we are looking for is the end result. Say NPP never foul, say NDC never foul. So the police officers, they are just doing their job.
They are just doing their job.
They should deploy 10,000 people, 10,000 police officers, then they should be in the constituency.
Right. So if this is just a by-election. It's not even a general election that the whole country is embarking on. This is just a by-election that just one particular constituency is just involved in, and they have deployed 600 security personnel or police officers. What should that tell us about our electoral security or electoral environment?
Yeah, it's not really that safe. Even looking at some of our normal elections, at times some constituencies better, but sometimes they try their possible best to make sure that things are calm or things are being controlled. So if this is just a by-election, this should tell us, say, we should make sure that we work on our, should I say, election system. Electoral commission should, this is the time where they need to make sure that they always have a peaceful and transparent election. But sometimes I feel like electoral commission, they do their parts. The security personnel, they also do their parts. Because looking at what happened at Ablekuma, police officers were there. Electoral commission, they tried their possible best to make sure that everything was in place. But Nipa Dasini, the citizens, already had ulterior motives. Because and also to those who are not supposed to be there. If you are not supposed to be there, please stay in your house. Because I thought that excuse me to say born now with us to boom. If you are not supposed to be there, sit at home. You can be observing whatever is going on your television. Yeah, so
yeah. Ms. Debbie, could you kindly share your thoughts with me about our electoral security environment? Looking at just by-election, it's not even a general election, and already 600, and except general election there, unless the military for aviation, immigration, all security personnel will be involved. What should that tell us about our electoral security environment?
Very poor.
Very poor.
Very, very poor. And with this steps the security are taking, it means we are improving and preparing ourselves for next elections. Even normal election, we see the violence that goes on. We see people being butchered. 2024, right? 2024, we voted for President Mahama and the NDC, right?
Yeah, 2024.
The election that we said was peaceful. They butchered people's hand at Kaswa. They butchered people's hand, people's leg. And prior, we saw a lot of things happening. So our election is like a violence election. That is what we experience in Ghana here. And that is because we do not really understand politics. And we don't understand common sense that says that go and cast your vote and go home. Don't come and see the now we don't do that. Because if I don't know what did you don't even know whether this person has gun on him, whether this person has machete on him. You have no idea. And this is something that we've experienced every election year. We do. We have people that are being paid, allegedly paid by party officials to instigate these elections. We've seen a lot of them. We've seen party foot soldiers parading in polling stations. We've seen a lot of them. And these people, they are body built. Body built more than the policemen. Very armed. I saw one. When we went for the MPP delegates conference, I saw some of them very built. Okasa police name to say the police no in a chiba. And he was rather telling the policeman what to do. That is the country we find ourselves. So it should tell you that our election here in Ghana is full of violence.
It's full of violence.
So if you don't go with that kind of notion that I am voting and going home, President Mahama doesn't know you. Akuf-Addo doesn't know you. The best thing is that you go to vote and elect someone who can bring development. Or he hasn't seen you face to face, but you vote for somebody who will bring initiatives that will benefit you and your generations. If you go to see them, politics, you came full prepared as a human being. You go back as a quarter human being if you don't take time. So I feel like our election is very poor, messy, and but we don't really understand what you are doing.
So have we ever had any election without violence?
Me won't be that.
And I think the main reason why these people are having the civilians are having upper hands is because most of the time after the election, when investigation goes, these people are not really being punished.
Oh,
I say
I see.
yes, so if they arrest them, then now you jump.
Even looking at the issue of Ablikman until date, we still haven't heard any news as to whether the person has been arrested.
Yeah.
or
I
not.
think for the Ablikman, not according to them, they've arrested like 4 people.
They've arrested
and
4
the policeman
people.
involved has also been interdicted.
Oh, I see.
So aside that,
But so far so good. Are you impressed with the way the police officers are handling or preparing for the by-election in Akwitia?
Yes.
To me personally, I think
Yes.
it's a good thing, but it shouldn't only be action that we are seeing. So
Right.
I think we saw a video where they post, and we thought it was a real thing.
It was a
but
real thing.
At the end of the day, they were
Just
training. So what they are doing, they should make sure that at that D-Day, if anything of that sort happens, they need to implement what they practiced. They need to make sure that they implement.
Miss Debbie, is there anything you want to add up to?
Oh no, I feel like the police, they're actually doing their best, but Neha said this thing, so yeah, you're fun to social media, like this thing they went for exercise they were doing.
Yeah.
You're even selling your secrets out to
Thank
those
you.
criminals.
I think it was. I don't
No
think
need, it wasn't
we
necessary.
can blame them. It was the media.
You
No,
brought the media.
Exactly. You
They
need to
brought the
restrict
media.
them.
Yes, you brought the media.
You need to restrict them.
If the Minister of Health is having a meeting only with the press, he called the press. He doesn't do it.
So
in
far,
his
it was
room.
just one media house I saw posting.
They know the kind of media house.
So even in the comment section, someone even posted that it's not right for them to even.
Seriously.
that was wrong. Very, very wrong. I earlier said that these food soldiers, they are built. They have like they are provided with all the weapons they need. And you access money be equipment money be. So you don't sell your secret out. You've made them exercise on way. But
It is well.
These footballers they have a season. And they're going for training. The only thing we see on social media is just the little training they do, like just but the main training they don't put it on social media for people to see, because when you do that, you are selling your tactics out to the people, and they can just even pick on that and work against you. So what they did there
Is a no.
honestly,
They shouldn't have posted
they
it.
shouldn't.
All right, thank you so much. Moving on to our next news item. Free SHS double track has negatively affected education. Haruna Idrisu. The Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced that the government is working to phase out the double track system in senior high schools through major investments in infrastructure, enhanced digital learning support, and the inclusion of private schools under the free SHS policy. Mr. Idrisu explained on Sunday, August 24th, in a media briefing that the double track system, introduced to ease congestion in SHS, has negatively affected learning outcomes by reducing contact hours and study time for students. The double track system has impacted negatively on the quality and outcome of education under the free SHS policy. Students have fewer contact hours and less study time, which affects their performance. Government's commitment to ending the system can only be realized at 3 levels: expanding infrastructure, strengthening digital resources in schools, and allowing private SHS to absorb qualified students to ease the pressure, he said at a media briefing. To oversee the transition, the government has set up an 11-member committee to guide the reversal from double track to single track in SHS and senior high technical schools. The committee, chaired by Professor Peter Grant of the University of Cape Coast, has been tasked to review the 2024-2025 academic calendar and propose a roadmap for the phase out. And that was coming from the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, announcing that the double track system has negatively affected education, and then they have set up 11-member committee to see the transition from the double track to the single track system. They are investing more in digital learning, in infrastructure, and inclusion of private schools under the free SHS policy, and that was coming from the education minister. Do you think our education system is ready to handle this, the double track, the single track system? Because the double track has been going on for how many years now? 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, for 8 years. And now they want to make it single track. But do you by any chance know why we had to transition from single track to double track?
When the free SHS came, there were no enough infrastructure, so they had to make sure that they do it double.
But from him right now, do you think there are enough infrastructure to accommodate these students before transitioning into the single track system?
Initially, when this free SHS came, they were already doing single.
Yeah, some schools.
They were already doing single. Some schools. I think
were,
all schools.
No. When this current administration came on,
Dabi.
Before
Nana
some
came.
schools were actually going on single track and some were going double.
Because from what I know, Minyano, Omoko single, and they all go to school. They all vacate the same time, come back home.
Meet them.
Yes. So,
but comparing it to previously and then the double track, which one would you say was
they should go for the single?
Track.
But we don't have infrastructures, as you mentioned. Do you think the country is ready to build more infrastructures?
I don't know for the country,
right?
If they are ready, financially, psychologically, emotionally, or whatsoever. But if you are supposed to bring up an initiative, first off, you need to be ready as a country. You don't just bring the initiative, then at the end of the day, people are slacking behind. So I think it's high time they build more infrastructures. I think Mahama, let me not talk about this, but they should just go ahead, and if they are supposed to build more schools, they need to build more schools, because honestly, in as much as some of these parents, they are tired of talking, they are still complaining. When your sister comes back from school, you still pay for tuition fees.
Yes, she has to go for classes.
Look at this. Now free SHS no more anything. See, it's better they just let these people take care of their kids themselves. They are not complaining. These parents are not complaining. If they come to you to complain, fine, that is where you can bring up this free initiative. But even the free initiative, it should it should be competent. It shouldn't be like the fooding to know papa.
Right.
It should be cheap but quality and affordable. So they should build more schools.
But the free SHS, was it really free?
Yeah, it was free.
No.
For the government it was free, but when you go to the schools it's not free.
It wasn't free.
Things they are supposed to just give out, you still pay for it, because they are not getting, the teachers are not getting what they are supposed to get because of the free SHS. But I think when it comes to the aspect of the government, it was free.
It was free.
In
the books. In the books.
Mrs. Socks back.
To
the amounts they'll sell it.
That's sad. Miss Debbie, to the extent of some students not even eating. They said they don't eat in the morning, afternoon. They only get to eat in the evening. And even with that, they'll give you the food, and then the teachers sell the sausage, the egg, the gari, the macaroni. So it was, in a way, a form of business for these teachers on campus.
So I
see. Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so I will say that we are ever ready, because the single track was something that was in existence for long. And then with the single track, I remember when you're done with BEC in June, you know that in September you'll be going to senior high school. So from July, August, you shall say to tell chobos. You shall say to tell mattress or provision. So you know that in September you're in school. And then you know that October, November, you are coming back home for after first term. Then you celebrate your Christmas. Then you go back. So all the parents knows that BEC is written in June. September you are going to school. Into the bank control B, so him say he or she has July, August to prepare for the child. When the double track came, it was messed up. Even the GES do not know when the students will be vacating. They do not even know when they are coming back. They themselves were confused. It's like I said, badge bia anytime I'm over fee, badge bia anytime I'm go school. Like education become distorted, and then it is not specific. You might actually come home and then you stay like 4 months. And then you go home and you stay like 1 month. Some other times you can go to school and stay like 2 months. You come home and stay like 5 months. It wasn't consistent. Like there were inconsistency in the balance of this whole thing that has to do with our educational system. Right. So I feel like going back to the single track that we used to do is good. So long as they are bringing, I'm sure that they are putting things in place to provide space for these students as well. Now that they are including the private schools, there won't be so much burden on the government institution. First, it has to do with government in Quantina pressure or host too much. But now that they are including the private institution, some of the students will be shifted there, and then there will be an ease on the government sectors as well. But trust me, the double track need wow.
So you agree that it affected students?
Oh yes, it did. Negatively, it did. Imagine those times when you vacate. First time you know you're coming home 1 month. Osaka school. Second time you know that it is 1 and quarter. Then third time man kasana unim say na they over check fine over chofi 1 month class ma try through 3 weeks for first time. It is only third time that you go home 1 month. And then no they unim say over check until your parents are prepared in their mind. They know that third time over cho if there are any preparation I'm supposed to make, they start making those preparations. But no, aside that, the student, it's really had an effect on them. You come to school 4 months, I didn't go to school 2 months, and then you're sure. Imagine you don't have that money to get a private tutor for your child. Previous administration, we recorded a lot of teenagers involved in a teenage pregnancy because of all this, especially parents who do not really care. And by the time you get back to school, I'll be competing on your 2 certificates.
Exactly.
Why are 2 certificates? And that is sad. So I think with the one single track is good. Fresh or 3 weeks, you're back to school.
Right.
Like,
so they should bring it back, and it should still be free, or they should allow the parents to pay for the tuition fee, and then. Or it should just go back to how it used to.
I think they can still bring it back, and
those times now we are saying that school is expensive. We have people that were looking after their wards to even complete doctrine a degree. Doctors go to school for 7 years, so those times we were complaining. But we have parents who actually took care of their wards for that 7 years. They paid the fees, and yet free SHS here would buy and say now I can't want to say no. People are still paying. See, when we go back free SHS, people are still paying. People are still paying. PTA fees, you see, betia, the bend, you see, betia, and you see, yes, so near who a town for. Like the food they are talking about. You see, this initiative was one of the best initiative the previous administration brought. But I said they didn't really sit down to plan it well. They brought it up just to attract voters, and they did. But they didn't really plan it well because most of these teachers were stealing the food. They caught one headmaster at the water region with a taxi with box of tin tomatoes. What they call there? People will pay one day. When you get there, see they be a car. What they will do? You have a lot of questions to answer.
You have a lot of questions to ask. So it's a good news that they are bringing the single track system for the SHS back. I think with that is going to go a long way to help the students and even the parents as well. So as when your ward vacates and come home, you know he or she is just coming home to come and rest, not necessarily for you to go and look for another school and go and pay for classes fee. So moving on to our final story, it's actually a feature story, so we are going to have a brief conversation about it before we come up with the Debbie's Grill. So explosive growth in Ghana's gambling landscape. Ghana's gambling industry has changed rapidly in recent years. What used to be a niche market tied to local kiosks and betting centers has now moved online. Sports betting in particular has become part of everyday life for many, driven by mobile phones, internet access, and the country's deep-rooted football culture. From street corners to smartphones. 10 years ago, most people placed their bets by walking into small shops. Today, all you need is a phone and some mobile data. The shift did not happen overnight, but once it started, it picked up speed. Now, you can place bets in the middle of a conversation or on your way to work. For a lot of young Ghanaians, especially football fans, apps like Betway Sports Betting, Zambia are just another part of their phone routine. The growth is not just visible, it is measurable. A few years ago, there were only about a dozen licensed betting companies in the country. Now, that number is over 30. In 2019, the online gambling industry made around $27 million. More than half of that came from sports betting. By 2024, experts expect the total to hit 57 million. Some even predict it will go past $900 million across the entire gambling sector by next year. The kind of jump does not happen in a vacuum. It is tied to how easy betting has become. The apps are fast. Payments are simple, and the odds often look tempting enough to turn a small bet into a big win. Or at least, that is the hope. Now, a survey from 2022 showed that over 40% of people in Ghana has placed a sports bet in the past year. There is a huge chunk of population. Many are young, some are students, and quite a number are few doing it regularly. Football is the main attraction. European leagues, especially the English Premier League, dominate, but local matches get attention too. Betting brands are no longer on the sidelines. They are front and center, sponsoring football clubs, taking over radio ads, and appearing across social media. You see their names on jerseys, on billboards, even in music videos. The business of betting has become part of the mainstream. That was it. This is a feature story with regards to the explosive growth of gambling in a Ghanaian landscape. But is gambling good or not? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Briefly.
From what our pastors are saying, it's not a good thing.
But looking at sports betting, you're just predicting with money. So like you are daring somebody, okay, I dare you, I predict that this is it. But so far, how has been the betting kind of like a thing in the country here? Do you think why
producer should answer that question?
why producer
can call you? I want 5 CDs. That's for bet producer.
But why do you think as a country we've landed in such a situation?
Because they see that more youths are attracted to that. It's because they see that more youths are attracted to that.
And it's
quick
money.
Way of employment to them.
Oh, it's a way of employment
to them.
Okay.
Something you don't suffer for. I say, what's it for 1 CD? I'm 1,000 CDs. I won't stress myself. I'll bring it. And that is why when Mahama took off the percentage on bets, they were very happy.
So do you think
because
even
so
if the governments create abundance jobs, these youth are actually going
to
why do you think they're not going to?
Because they've already they are so much invested into it. If from the start they had scrapped it, fine. But now, hey.
But do you think as a country we cannot literally scrap the betting thing? Why?
They can't. Even if they do in Ghana here, they have it on their phones. What will you come and seize their phones?
No, perhaps maybe they can speak to those betting companies.
There is a percentage on the betting companies that the government enjoys.
Oh, so it's a revenue to the government as well.
So there is like there's football matches like that. Betway is supporting female footballers and male footballers. So the person that scores a goal in his team immediately you'll be dashed like 500. That is a token of appreciation. So something like this, in a way, he's helping the government, and they still pay tax to the government.
There be.
You know that thing inside.
They still pay tax to the government. Indeed, there is no way the government will be like,
They want to scrap this. You see how we are watching you?
Yeah, I see you also.
Yeah, because
I'm
like
shocked.
I didn't know. Thank you for the education.
Mama, my way view. Like,
Oh no, it's good. It's good. It
Good
shows
to be informed.
you get
like,
it.
Yeah.
But Uchebi.
now. Q ni rock yeah, Q ni also Q rock and a charm your chief executive. Q ni a vice and a rock page.
But there are no jobs and they need quick money. So
Cham is working.
He
He's doing more than 5
but look
jobs.
at slow. Oh. I wanted to say something for you, but so yes, that's the explosive growth of gambling right here in our country, and is it worrying?
It's worrying.
Oh,
That's my nigga.
But the explosive growth should have been like, should I say, credible and authentic job.
Right.
So this is what we should be talking about. So now so far so good. Our job, our job market explosive. Our Bombay, it's on the rise, but betting, gambling. No.
There is one. Every someone friend such as Skillo said,
now, is it different from that aviator? Aviator is also gambling.
Yes.
But I learned that one is a very big cut. Like it's a big fish.
It's a rock.
Hey, no, your mama sir.
Eko shimo.
Sir.
Yeah, eko shim. Many will be try 1 CD. When you're almost 500 CDs.
What?
And I was tempted to do something.
You see, 1 CD, 500 CDs. You'll be tempted to use like 1,000 CDs. Now, a share.
But see, sometimes it's all about discipline, because I have a friend who has the app but can't access the app again. I learned you can deactivate it. Oh no, I only needed to 2030. So till then, into me, baby.
Hey.
Yes.
Or a wild guy.
Oh yeah. The other one,
For this on you.
Deactivated that.
For this I have a lot of mouth to feed. All of
I've
us.
noted that he's doing more than 5 jobs.
We are parts. We are even parts. And then what I'm around about. Okay, and that was it. Thank you so much for those beautiful submissions, and thank you so much for joining me. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. The Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachi Ofosu, has attributed Ghana's recent economic challenges to what he described as fiscal recklessness under the former Akufo-Addo-led New Patriotic Party administration. Speaking at the Africa-Singapore Business Forum on Monday, August 25th, Mr. Kwachi Ofosu argued that overspending by the previous government played a major role in the country's financial decline. One of the problems that precipitated the economic decline in the very recent past under the MPP was fiscal indiscipline, the tendency to live outside our means.
This is
and
GhanaTalks
spend more
Radio.
than we earn, he stated. The minister contrasted the current Mahama administration with its predecessor, stressing that the present government has been prudent with national resources and is prioritizing investment in critical sectors. He also highlighted government's cost savings approach to pointing to lean ministerial delegations representing Ghana at Singapore Forum. So that is from the Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachi Ofosu. Anyone who reads this, two things comes into mind. How long has the current administration been in power? That's 7 months. Have they been able to cut down costs, or are they spending in their means? We can give a lot of factors. They've actually cut down the tendency of appointing more people into ministerial positions. We saw them stabilizing the cedi to a dollar. We saw that as well. We also saw them collaborating with a lot of companies. That is why the president is on a 2-day tour to Singapore and Japan, just to collaborate with investors to promote the businesses in this country. Because if these people should invest in Ghana, imagine they coming to open their company here. It will employ people from the country. If a Singapore investor has his company in Ghana, he's not going to employ people from Singapore to come and work here. They will have their own people, but more people will be employed for Ghana to work in that company, and it's going to benefit us as a country. Now, Mr. Felix Kwasi is saying that due to the reckless spending of the previous administration, that is the main reason why they are having a lot of financial issues. And I'm not the one saying this, but we can all attest to the fact that the previous administration did not live within their means. They didn't. We saw a lot of things. They didn't live within their means. We saw former President Akufo-Addo coming to tell us that he's going to protect the public purse at all costs. The video is there. He spoke clearly. He said he was going to protect the public purse. He's not going to overspend at the expense of the taxpayer. We believed him. Those time Kenke was sold at 2 cedis. He said it was too expensive. The cedi to a dollar was somewhere 2 cedi to 1 cedi to a dollar. He said it was too expensive. And so we trusted him. He brought heaven on earth. I mean, his promises were so enticing. And because we Ghanaians, we like to try people. We like to test. Yes, so we like to test people. So we also took a bold initiative. And then we saw him share. And this is where we've got into. 2 cedi to a US dollar. Now, before the left power, a cedi to a dollar was how much? Before the left power, how much do you buy your kenke? Kenke is now sold at 5 cedis. The watch that I used to buy at 5 cedis, 4 cedis, with all its babies around. Now you can only buy watch at 10 cedis. Watch alone is sold at 10 cedis. When you buy that, you still have to buy the babies around. And before you finish buying all that, you're supposed to be paying. Watch alone, you can pay like 50 cedis for watch right now in Ghana. If you don't have money with you, you don't even go to the restaurant because you cannot afford it. That is how far the previous administration has brought us. They messed up everything. Reckless spending. They were not accountable to us. They were not transparent. We were here when they told us that they are building a national cathedral. A lot of money went into it. Now the National Cathedral is nowhere to be found. The money is nowhere to be found. The people involved in it are nowhere to be found. And when you sit down to speak, they will start tagging you with names. But let's speak to the fact as it is. The NPP government has done worse to this country. And that is why when I see them coming up to, each day and every second coming out with a press conference, I sit down to ask myself, these people, do they sit down, do they reflect on the life they've led for 8 good years? A government that came into power for 8 good years. Someone might say 8 worse years. And they still cannot account for anything. And I remember the former president, state of address, his last state of address to the country. Someone asked him a question. Can you be accountable for the National Cathedral? He said nothing. They were not accountable. They brought in nuisance tax. We were paying tax that do not exist. COVID-19, we were still paying tax. For COVID, we were paying tax. We were paying a lot of taxes. They brought e-levy. They told us that we need to construct good roads. We understand. They told us that our infrastructures are dilapidated, and that is true. We have a lot of students sitting on floor to study. If you go to some remote areas, you will cry for these students. They are struggling to be educated because they lack the infrastructure. We accepted it because we need improvement. And you said you are bringing on e-levy. We told you that the e-levy, you said no. You told us the amount of money that you will get from this e-levy. We gave you the nod. Aside that, you pumped champagne. You cut cake on top. You enjoyed at the pains of these ordinary citizens, as you people called us. In the midst of this e-levy, contributing of this e-levy, we saw nothing. And the only means that we generate revenue into the country, you collapse it. Toll booth. I'm sure we'll be getting like millions of cedis. Because a vehicle can pass it like 5 times and you'll still be paying. And those money goes straight into the coffers of the state. And it also provide a means of livelihood for those disabled. The people collapsed it. I saw disabled coming up to petition the former administration. That see, where we sit is the only means of our livelihood. That is where we get money. You told them that no. You shut it down and then you brought in e-levy. E-levy no so yan hu so mo so amambe ye hu hwe. Someone is talking, you are also talking. And you want us to sit back and clap for you because you did well. The people you people call the economic wizard who said he has to lock the city to the dollar and giving the key to IGP. Up to now, I don't even know whether he has taken the key from IGP and then handed it to the current administration. I don't know. But you see, when we want to take the political lens away, this current administration came not long. They are in past 7 months to 8 months. Let's look at what they did. You just sit down and look at what they did. President Mahama and his administration, they are trying every possible best to protect the public purse. In a way, I would say that Felix Kwachi is in a haste because they still have more years to go. We've seen worse than this, so we see people promise us more than this. And in fact, they pushed all of us into the ditch. So with him, I will tell him that you should keep quiet because we are still monitoring their footsteps. President Mahama still have about 3.5 years to go. So coming out to say this open term, it will come back hunting yourself. So with him, they need to be very careful. But if you want to compare those people to these people, judge for yourself. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Miss Debbie, for that girl, it was too early to judge that the government is not spending. All right, today in history with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in history, Hausa community celebrates World Hausa Day to honor and promote the rich culture, traditions, history, and the Hausa language of the Hausa people, an ethnic group with a large presence across West Africa and the world. The day serves as a platform to showcase Hausa heritage, raise awareness of its global significance and growing influence, and foster a sense of identity, unity among Hausa communities worldwide. Namibia celebrates Heroes Day to commemorate the struggle for independence. Namibia observes Heroes Day on this day to commemorate the beginning of the country's liberation struggle, which started on this date in 1966 with the Battle of Omugulu Gombashi. This national public holiday honors the heroes and heroines who fought for Namibia's independence against South African forces, marking the first military encounter between the South West Africa People's Organization and the South African Army. Ethiopia abolished slavery under Emperor Haile Selassie on this date in 1942. with Proclamation number 22. This was a significant step in modernizing the country, though the practice of slavery continued in informal ways for years after the proclamation. Looking at some observances, this day is observed as National Dog Day to honor all dogs, raise awareness about dogs needing rescue, and encourage adoption from shelters. The day also serves to acknowledge the unconditional love and companionship dogs provide, as well as the vital roles working dogs play in society. Women's Equality Day, to commemorate the 1920 ratification of the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote. The day also serves to recognize the ongoing fight for gender equality, highlighting the historical and cultural impact of women and the continued challenges they face, such as wage gaps and workplace discrimination. National Gut Check Day. It exists to promote breast cancer screening and early detection by encouraging people to get checked and prioritize their health. Initiated by First Company Pink, it serves as a call to action, urging individuals to answer yes to the question "got checked" and to incorporate regular screenings, healthy lifestyle choices, and conversations with healthcare providers into their routine. National Toilet Paper Day is celebrated to commemorate the first time toilet paper was sold on a roll in the United States on this day, 1871. Honoring its significance as an everyday essential for hygiene and comfort. The day serves as a reminder of the product's humble origins, its evolution from rough materials to today's modern versions, and its crucial role in daily life. Lastly, National Spark the World Day. It's an international day that honors men and women who inspire others and go the extra inch by sparking others to greatness. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances. Live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. I had some giggling. Miss Debbie, do you mind telling me about it?
National Toilet Paper Day.
Hey, so like we are supposed to observe this day.
Every day you observe it. Don't you observe it? Every day you observe toilet paper day. You can't go to the washroom without it.
Yeah.
You can't.
That one day, but they even said that it's even bad to use them. Why don't you take water?
Water, yeah.
We, most of us didn't really start with water.
That one day, true.
So we can't get addicted or attached to it.
But the water is very comfortable. It's cool.
Yeah, I prefer cleaning than after using the water.
Then use the water.
Yeah. Use my hands.
I think the World Day too. I'll use this to cocoa.
Yeah, National
That'd be
Dog
so
Day.
lovely.
Yeah.
Please, I won't celebrate that day.
National dogs. I don't really like dogs, but Coco has been so friendly.
Coco,
She's
forgetting
normal.
Coco.
You don't know Coco.
Coco, because me as I now, I don't trust any dog. You can't you can tell oh nyaoshe. Nyaoka say oh nyaoshe no put
know, right?
So please, I beg. I don't trust dogs.
So you don't like Creamy?
Oh no.
Creamy is not friendly.
Yeah.
Creamy is not friendly.
At
all.
See how you put gossip down. Okay, I see you a human being. All right.
So you forgot Women's Equality Day.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was going to mention that.
I didn't hear that.
So back in the days, women were not allowed to vote because of what? The agenda. I don't understand. Is it that women don't have a say
Yeah. Those times you don't have a say. Whatever the man says is final.
And I even learned even if table of men are gathered, the woman is not supposed to.
Yes, but and it is still practiced in some parts of northern region that even if a child is born as a male, as a woman, you like when you're going to survey the child, though you have to kneel and serve him. See, it is still practiced.
If you want a traditional man, marry a traditional man. Me there, that one there, you cannot come and tell me that I should bend down and then.
I know my right.
It's not like I don't respect my husband, but I don't see it to be,
And sometimes some people will be like, oh, I saw this traditional man of a thing. I saw one on TikTok. The man was so bold. I was like, so if you kneel down to serve me, you have to be kneeling till I'm done eating.
So you mean to me, mean
because of what?
Hey,
love.
Which love? Yeah, love.
All right, and this is where we draw the curtains for the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming with a news shortly. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Ghana to boost poultry production with support for farmers. NDC accused of failing to tackle illegal mining. DVLA warns against misuse of DV number plate. NACOC declares war on illicit drug dealers. These and many more coming up shortly in business, sports, and showbiz. The government under the Feed Ghana initiative is committed to boosting poultry production in the country. Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture John Dumelo has assured large-scale poultry farmers in Doma of government support to expand their operations. According to him, farmers with a production capacity of 200,000 to 250,000 birds will receive direct government assistance to maximize output. The government support for poultry farmers is part of a broader effort to revitalize the poultry industry and reduce reliance on imported chicken.
Poultry. I remember the money there. I said, I'm gonna meet. Farms capacity of 200,000, 250,000, and so on and so forth. And so the capacity is there, the potential is there. And so say the industry, or say push it on farmers, poultry farmers, to get to a certain level and at the next level. Other than that, most of them will be wiped out after 5-10 years, and then we'll find ourselves struggling. The potential is there. Or say near support your most of the farms from more incubators, and you say we imported the old chicks because capacity expanding capacity so that we stop the importation of the old chicks. Then toward farmers, Ghanaian farmers, season now normally around this time, so I think from next year going we should be able to do a strategy or now map up a strategy able to absorb this excess in water system no more around this time so that farmers know so to me and schools and sorry they should come on board to be able to do the Feed Ghana project. And I say, you call a certain part, immigration service, land kakra, almost farming, no. And so if every district and every area, my example, emphasis immigration service, or every farming community or farming district, we are 10 acres. Now you have 100 of such districts. That's 10,000.
A member of the New Patriotic Party National Communications Team, Rachel Jemfi, has accused President Mahama and the National Democratic Congress of lacking political will to stop illegal small-scale mining in the country. This claim comes on the heels of Mahama's promise to wage a ruthless war against Galamsey when he was elected as president. He argues that the task force method are heavy-handed and ineffective, whilst calling for a more comprehensive approach to address the root causes of Galamsey.
John Dramani Mahama, any NDC aban. There is no political will to stop Galamsey. Until we should stop circumventing and galamvanting. Had a refi and Chebia and one Kasa Minister for Communication is still on his Twitter. Say, if the president of this country called Ghana has the political will to stop Galamsey, now what or best stop it. Ghana for be brave. Say Galamsey no, say your mind. And now what you cry, you say encount. But ye near ye di, and see a young Nina bank crying hammer yet to be. So, won't mean say, won't take Galamsey prone area and tear effective. It is a mooning power cabinet minister or Kasajo Mohammed or say, president be or Ghana Hano or political will. Less than 2 weeks, or let me stop it. I know, say, Sa Papa no, wa ben pa na drink cocaine. Inti no nim de no worker. Sa name your mati. A job for the boys, especially blue water gas. Oh, Nancy and social media say, Omunenam kwan ho almost stop traffic. Traffic at Western region Galamsey will be brave. Inti e pomo mobile directed traffic na. Akwabrani a washe a blue water gas and ujina kwan ho a watch traffic. Inti ni nyina say there is no political will. Number 2, Attorney General of in this country, Dr. Ayene, Abba Bonti Abba Bekase, someone national organizer Joseph Yami, or name Vice Chair Abanga, say Ghana ha campaigns na John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, Ejina Simpie Suka say, ono the oba one cheche small boys no, obe cheche campaigns no, ne no the best topic Galamsey no. Attorney General Baba Chere say, a man says, I woman, a woman, a nipa, mu omoye campaigns. Ewo Galamsey mu, Joseph Yami, any abanga. Enti yuko enti omo. And so ne was saying ya akuma, any akukudro. Oh, so on your investigation. On your investigation. And ne was saying ya akuma, enya a board ya can say.
Okay,
akukudro. Akwa jina wo say muamo yi amate say omo stop Galamsey no afedi omo ba mo tax force amate no omo ninam nkurase no ejeji omo sika so say ebenu mintimi mbu ba se obi firinsuo mo be kan nsem kire wa ye kan sense bubu mo chie firinsuo be ka kire say de a mi ngina chiye because oni mu nyina na wo NBC mu aban ba ko and one pointed towards the national organizer. Say you can Galamsey campaigner and you know. And you know Korean or catcher almost say. Obie ni hu kwan say obe free nkran aba be stop omo in Galamsey. If the government has the political will, they will just use a week to stop it.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, Julius Nikwe Kote, has clarified that EV number plates are specifically designed for licensed car dealers who are in the process of selling their vehicles. According to Mr. Kote, it is illegal for individuals who are not licensed car dealers to drive vehicles bearing the EV number plate. He cautioned that non-licensed individuals driving vehicles with DV plates will face potential penalties, while emphasizing the need of adhering to regulations regarding DV plate. The DVLA's efforts aim to promote transparency, discipline and accountability in road safety enforcement.
Well, let me say this. It is even illegal for people who don't deal in cars or who are not car dealers, as we call it, to use DV plates. It's illegal. Now, let me take you through the process. You bring a car from the port. You get a DP sticker.
Yes.
First, you get a DP plate.
Right.
Now you get a DP sticker.
Yeah.
They give you 2 weeks to register the car.
Right.
You are not ready to register the car. Then you go for a DV plate.
Yes.
But that is wrong. The DV plate is defective vehicle. Defective vehicle in the sense that when you are a car dealer, I cannot determine to you when you must sell your car. I cannot determine to you how long to keep the car before getting a packet out there.
Okay.
So we give you a defective vehicle plate. Defective because DVLA has not checked through the PVTS to know the road readiness of the car.
Okay.
Where the car is fit strong enough to be on the road.
Okay.
So it's called defective vehicle.
Right.
That's the DV. Now, when you bring a car, you are a car dealer, you are a dealer. Because we cannot determine when you must sell the car, we give you the DV plate if you are moving to fix something on the car. That is the only reason or only time you're allowed to. That's why we ask you to fill.
The Narcotics Control Commission is intensifying its effort to combat the illicit drug trade in the country. According to Alexander Chumberima, Deputy Director of NACOC, the Commission is determined to target individuals who have turned illicit drugs into business. The Commission aims to target the masterminds behind the trade rather than just focusing on users. By targeting those who are profiting from the trade, the Commission hopes to make a significant impact on reducing the prevalence of illicit drug use in Ghana.
Permit me to say, they are recalcitrant people who are poised to be making money from these illicit activities and close their eyes on the dangers that comes with it. That's one key challenge. Tinker Island wouldn't have been there if there were no people who are making millions from selling cocaine and other things to them. There would have been these ghettos if people haven't made it their business. And you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that these people do not allow their own wards or children to engage in these things. There's a guy that we arrested, and I asked him a very simple question. Looking at you, you are not that old. Do you have kids? He said yes. Will you allow any of your children to partake in this activity that you are doing? He said no. So to you, it is wrong. And you don't wish any of your children to be part of it. But you think that, permit me to say, I am that dumb that for me, my children should be, going to use them for you to make money. And that is why I always say that I'm not against anybody's business. But those who have decided to use illicit drug activities as a business will always see us to be a thorn in their flesh because we go after them whoever they are.
Former Vice President and 2024 MPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia expressed strong optimism about the New Patriotic Party's chances of winning the 2028 general elections. He emphasized that unity and hard work are crucial for the party's success. Dr. Bawumia stressed that internal divisions and tribal propaganda could weaken the party's unity. He urged the next MPP leader to possess vision, humility, steadiness, emotional intelligence, and the ability to unite the party. Dr. Bawumia also urged party members to put aside self-interest and prioritize the MPP's collective mission, focusing on rebuilding trust with Ghanaians and presenting a credible alternative.
Then we have unity. If you want to contest with me, come with your vision, come with your ideas. come with your integrity, come with your track record. And that is what we are going to run this campaign on, whether where you come from. When I was giving lectures and campaigning for the party to come into office in 2016, they did not say I was a Mapusi man, a Northerner, or a Muslim. When my campaign in the North made the difference in our winning the 2020 election, they did not say I'm a Mapusi man, a Northerner, or a Muslim. When Samira was campaigning the length and breadth of Ghana for this party, they did not say she was not a true Ghanaian. So what has changed now? Let us be clear that these views do not represent the views of the rank and file of the MPP. They don't represent the views. The MPP will always triumph over tribal and religious bigots. It needs unity to go forward and win 2028. Without unity, we cannot win. Let us remember how the divisions cost us the election in 1979. We cannot let that happen again. I have absolute confidence, ladies and gentlemen, that if we work hard, stay united, we will win 2028.
In business, Ghana's public debt has been reported to be 861.4 billion by the Controller and Accountant General's Department, but there is a discrepancy with the Ministry of Finance stating a lower figure of 737.17 billion. This 138.91 billion difference was highlighted in the Auditor General's report, sparking concerns about data consistency and transparency in debt reporting. The Auditor General's report revealed significant misstatement and weakness in the 2024 whole of government account, including deficiencies in financial reporting and asset management. The report recommended that the Controller and Accountant General's Department work with the Ministry of Finance to carry out a comprehensive reconciliation to address both overstatement and omissions. However, the Controller and Accountant General, Kwesi J, has clarified that the figures have since been reconciled through a joint exercise between the two institutions.
For the whole of government accounts, it's 861.4 billion. And this includes the central government with the guaranteed SOEs and then SOE unguaranteed SOEs. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is a very, very important conclusion that we need to bring to the attention of every Ghanaian and everybody who has interest in Ghana. It was worrying for an impression to be created that the Controller and Accountant General had overstated Ghana's public debt. And so this conclusion, sending the message clear to everybody that there was no overstatement of the public debt and that the public debt, as stated, remains the same, is the most important conclusion that I think everybody must take out of this meeting. Thank you, Mr.
Deputy Minister for Finance Thomas Nyako has announced that the government will take firm action against officials responsible for payroll infractions. He said the long-standing practice of paying allowances and salaries to individuals who have not worked must stop immediately. Appearing before the Public Accounts Committee on Monday, August 25th, during deliberation on the 2024 Auditor General's report, Mr. Apim stressed that they are going to expose and deal with officers who validate people who have not worked for salaries and allowances yet continue to enjoy benefit. The Controller and Accountant General, Kwesi J, also revealed that his office is partnering with the Office of the Special Prosecutor to investigate the fractions highlighted in the report. Mr. J further emphasized that recovery of funds alone was not enough. We should go beyond recovery. The audit reports will definitely indicate the recipient and their staff ID. We are working in collaboration with other security agencies, including the Office of the Special Prosecutor. There is an an audit trail, we can go straight into the system and identify who actually on that particular day processed the allowance. It is very easy to do. Once we get that, we will exercise patience, and through investigation, those culpable will be brought to book, he added. The park raised concerns over a high number of financial irregularities cited in the Auditor General's report, including unearned salaries, responsibility allowances paid to under-deserving staffs, and overpayment of wages. To sports, Black Stars coach Otu Ado is set to announce his squad for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers this week. The Black Stars will take on Chad on March Day 7th and host Mali in a March Day 8th fixture. Coach Otu Ado's side will face Chad at Stade Olympique on Thursday, September 4th, before hosting Mali at the Accra Sports Stadium on Monday, September 8th. After a tough 2024, the team bounced back in 2025 with wins against Chad 5-0 and Madagascar 3-0. Ado has been scouting Ghanaian players in Europe, while John Peso and Fatau Dauda monitor local talent. The Black Stars lead Group 1, aim to build on their momentum to secure the FIDE World Cup qualification. A strong squad is expected to be announced for the upcoming games. Ghana will look to continue their winning form in the qualifiers. As the World Cup qualifiers approach, Ghanaian players overseas are hitting top gear. With their fine form and dedication, they will play a crucial role in helping the Black Stars secure qualification for the global showpiece. Former Black Stars forward and Green and Accra Great Olympics legend George Alhassan was honored in the ceremony where he was installed as the king of football. The event was attended by football great and person of Peter Lamte, Ali Jara and Johnny Orlando. According to him, Olympics are the landlords of Accra, likely refers to the Accra Great Olympics' significance in Accra's football history, rather than a literal claim of ownership. Alhassan won the Golden Boot Award in the 1982 African Cup of Nations, showcasing his exceptional skills as a striker. He won the Ghana Premier League with Great Olympic in 1974, demonstrating his impact on the team's success. Alhassan was later appointed as the welfare officer of Accra Great Olympics in October 2020, demonstrating his continued involvement in the Ghanaian football. In showbiz, gospel singer Selina Boateng has sparked a conversation about the intersection of faith and marriage, asserting that divorce does not nullify one's calling as a gospel artist. In a recent interview, she shared a perspective on the matter, emphasizing that a broken home does not break her calling as a gospel singer. Ms. Selina believes that marital challenges are personal struggles and should not define one's ability to serve God. She urges the public to stop judging gospel musicians and ministers based on their marital status. The Alpha and Omega hit maker stresses that the focus should be on making an impact on people's lives rather than seeking recognition and validation. She credits her longevity in music to God's grace and her commitment to the ministry. And that is how we end it on the morning news broadcast. Do want to log on to www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. I am Deborah Adol, so do have a good morning.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, and I'm with the level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, and we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, and you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fit spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. No tune in, and say this is what you see. Baba live on Facebook, Cointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen. I bet you fire 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show on Ghana Talks Radio. A good morning to you, wherever you are listening to us and watching us from in the capital of Ghana. And my name is Pakwesi Omare, and today I have two gentlemen with me. Very fine gentlemen. They are going to be with us to hold the conversation, the discussions down as usual. It's a Tuesday morning. It's a whole lot of things going on in the country, but we just hope that the heavens will stay with us and, keep things calm, because some of the things that we are hearing escalating coming up, it is not something that we are all happy or we will be happy to live with. But yeah, may the heavens be with us. May the military do what is needed of them, and may the people also be calmed by whatever will calm them. At this juncture, I would invite you to join the conversation on our phone lines 0202544614, and on our social media platforms as well. You can be with us at Ghana Talks Radio on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X. And add your suggestions, your opinions, and we will get interactive with you. On YouTube too, our channel is very active. You can watch us live there, and you can leave your comments there as well. Gentlemen, welcome.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you and then your colleagues here.
Sure. I think, last week you were here. Last week. But how has it been so far?
So far so good. Since we are alive, and the strength is there, we give glory to God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We thank God. Today we have one fine gentleman. It's his first day in the studio, and we are going to see him more often here. Baki,
sir.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm very grateful.
Sure.
I think this is my first time being here, and I must state that I'm very happy to be here.
Sure. We are also very glad to have you here.
All right.
But then, I mean, I always ask these questions too. The first time is 7 months out of power. 7 months, a new administration, a new government. How has it been for you?
Yes, I would say, so far as there's life, we continue to thank God, and also it has not been too good.
Oh really?
Yes, of late, if you want to make any point or you want to substantiate your issues, all they tell you is that the dollar has reduced. I don't think that is the reality on the grounds.
Really?
We all go to the market, we purchase items one way or the other. Cocoa farmers are suffering, the youth are still unemployed. We were promised 24-hour economy where the campaign was centered on one job, 3 people, 3 shifts. Until today, we are not seeing that. So we still appeal to the government that the promise they give us, the 24-hour economy, 1 job, 3 people, 3 shifts, the youth of this country, we are still looking forward to that, because when they came, they rather laid off some of the youth who were already employed.
Oh really?
Yes, I think about a number, I don't have the exact figure, so I wouldn't want to quote, but they laid a number of youth who were employed. Instead of coming to add additional 2 people to those who are already employed, we rather lay them off. So we are appealing to the government that the 24-hour economy, we are still waiting to hear from them.
Okay.
Abigail,
I want to state it clear that when we want people or a party who is supposed to be talking about unemployment or people laying people off, I'm not sure that should be coming from the New Patriotic Party.
Why is that?
Yeah, because we are aware that during their 8 years in office, there were unemployment in the country. And for that matter, specifically, he's mentioning that we laid people off. I'll keep on saying this. Ghana is not for one person. Ghana is not for a group of people. Ghana is for Ghana, and Ghana is for Ghanaians. And so, during the time of transition, the transition team said, look, whatever you are doing, we should be in the known.
Okay.
And so if behind you start employing people, in fact, your party members, some of which who even didn't write an application letter, aptitude test, some of them didn't go through.
Is that so?
Okay, interview, some of them didn't even go through. You get it? And so, if these people were laid off, we were creating a fair balance for every single Ghanaian. Not for one people, not for one class of people. And so we said, go back. When the portal is open, you can come, apply. Everybody will apply. You get it, Piggy? And it's just some few people. A lot of chunk of them are still working.
Oh, okay.
Of late, we had the Bank of Ghana issue, right?
What was it about?
It's almost say, permanent crop. As I talk to you now, not even a single person. President Mama intervened. You hear them say military personnel have been sacked. It's not true. President Mama is doing everything possible, including the street boss, Malik Basentale, YEA, training upon training, helping people, the youth, in the private sector, in the public sector. So Abdul, please, let's not go there.
Because I think, let me quickly rebut to some of the things my brother said. Let me state this emphatically, that I don't tend to politicize this. And I'm very happy my brother himself is in his youthful age. He's a youth, just like myself.
Sure.
And I spoke in contest. And what the point I want to make clear here is that I am unemployed. And my brother definitely is unemployed. So he should join me. Let's put our voice together. Let's appeal to the president that the 24-hour economy, the one job, 3 people, 3 shifts that he promised, he should implement it so that I'll get a job to do. He will equally get a job to do.
Okay.
That is basically what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay.
And I spoke in contest.
Okay.
So let's all come together as youth and appeal for this policy to be implemented.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm also saying is, look, I'm not in a way saying that what my brother is saying, I mean, in quotes, there's no sense in it. I mean, why not? The youth of Ghanaians need jobs. And so if the president or we are appealing that the government of the day should fasten up processes to make sure jobs are created for the youth to be employed. I mean, it's a fantastic idea, so be it. After all, we are all Ghanaians. Aside MPP and DC, we are all Ghanaians.
Definitely.
But what I'm saying again, also emphatically, is that they shouldn't let it look like President Mahama came into office and all of a sudden there is unemployment.
Okay.
No, unemployment has been there. During your time in office, we were still crying. Unemployment. You were giving justified reasons why people were unemployed. And so if you sit there and you tell me today that we sacked people, that is what I don't want you to talk about.
Okay.
But that's a fact.
And
That's
so
a fact
if you are telling me that's a fact, then it also means that we should refer you. We were here. When radio stations were closed down, were there no people who were employed?
Okay.
Were there no people who were employed? And so we don't need to do this politics of referral.
Okay.
But it is good. President Mahama has stated it clear during his campaign that 24-hour economy will be the game changer. And so you don't tell me all of a sudden, within 7-8 months of President Mahama administration, I mean, close to about 13 million youth should be employed.
Okay.
Except that you are telling me that you don't know what the YEA is doing.
But what is the YEA doing?
He's aware. Please, YEA is helping people, like I stated in my earlier submission, in private institutions, not only in public institutions. In private institutions. I keep on seeing flyers. I get them, I send them to people. A lot of people will thank me. Yes, a lot of people will thank me.
Okay.
And so please, the government is doing it possible best. And then we need to encourage the government to do more. I'm not saying it is enough.
Sure.
But we need to encourage the government to do more.
All right.
So that at the end, every youth in Ghana, I mean, will feel comfortable.
Okay.
So that is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. That is all Ayamba is saying to the request or demand made by Baki. Baki, I hope you are satisfied with what your compatriot said.
That's the usual politics.
Anyways, talking about the usual politics. One of the institutions in this country that we shouldn't be really politicizing is our education system.
Most definitely.
There is a saying that the future of every country depends on the stability of its education. And so we really need to pay critical attention to our education system. Now, for all these years, the closest we've had to two-shift system has been in the junior high schools and the primary schools, where normally we even see that it's A and B rather. You see maybe Anya Presbyterian Junior High School A and B. So we know we have the A's here, we have the B's here. Fast forward to 2016, after the NDC left power, the NPP took over in 2017, and they introduced one of the greatest flagship policies we've ever come to bear as a country, and that is the free senior high school. And by that policy intervention, they came about with the double track system. It had its own ups and downs, and fast forward to 2022, the NDC had in their campaign that because of the complaints we've been receiving regarding the double track system, they will abolish it when they take power. Just some few days, we received a directive that the double track system is now no more in existence, and the new academic calendar coming up wouldn't accommodate the double track system. Let me ask the NDC folks, why are we taking off the double track system in the first place?
Vicky.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like you rightfully said, the educational system or our education in Ghana here shouldn't go through these political gimmicks.
Okay.
Because at the end, everybody needs education. Every single individual needs education, whether it's formal or informal. We all need education. Now, we know the beginning of this free secondary school.
Yeah.
During our former President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo's time. I mean, that was one of his main program or policy to make sure that every single child here, I mean, is not denied of the secondary education so far as you are qualified. And then that was a laudable idea. We all applauded that initiative. And then we also said that President Mahama, during his first term in office, was a big fan of this policy. In fact, in 2015, September thereabout, President Mahama launched a progressive free SHS.
Okay.
And so no one or nobody was against the free senior high school. And personally, I was glad President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo started this whole policy. Because there are a lot of people whose children are qualified to be in the secondary school. But there's one thing that denies them, that is finances. Okay, and financial issues or financial constraint shouldn't be the basis for any individual in Ghana here not to attend the free SHS.
Okay.
But fast forward, when this free SHS was implemented, even before it was implemented, we argued as a party, as a nation. In fact, everybody in the country here argued that why don't we have things done gradually? Because you say, oh, fiti prekupetu siya. Mojaba was said, I don't know any less. Yeah. Oh, fiti prekupetu siya moja eba. And so why don't we do things on a gradual process? But the then government said no. That is our policy. We want to implement it now, and then we can cater for it. The policy was implemented. Fantastic. But we realized that during the process of these policies, there were ups and downs. And one up and down is the double track, which we are discussing today.
Okay, what was the fault you think the double track came with?
Okay, the double track, you see, of course, I still don't want to go into it in a political way.
Okay.
But PK, the double track wasn't helpful. Even though the free SHS was a fantastic policy.
Okay.
The double track had a negative effect on students and parents. Because the whole curriculum was changed just because of the double track.
Really?
Yes, it was changed just because of the double track. That is why we have the red, gold, green.
Oh.
We have students who are red attendants. We have students who are gold attendants, that's the yellow, and the students who are green attendants.
Now, what was the difference in all these red, gold, green thing?
So that is what I want you to know.
Okay.
The red, gold, green means that, just like my brother here mentioned, that I can't say, 24-hour economy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I say, able to crack as a policy and people in the buy now.
Yeah, so believe it was 3 shifts.
Okay.
I mean, the first batch goes, they come back to the house, second batch goes, and then the third batch will follow.
Ah, really?
Oh, yes.
I even thought it was just two batches.
It was 3 shifts.
Wow.
I know my brother will talk about that, but it was 3 shifts. And so, PK, what we were saying is, look, it wasn't helpful.
Okay.
It wasn't supporting our youth.
Okay.
In fact, when the third batch comes out of school, they need to wait for a number of months, sometimes close to 3 months, 2 months, before they go back to school. Okay, do you know the consequences of this? Especially with our females coming back to the house, spending 3 months at home. And you know, a lot of the homes we have in this country are low income.
Sure.
Parent leaves the house, and before they come back to the house, adiasa. You get it? Adiasa. And so this was some of the things that we were showing concern.
Okay.
That is why we were saying that the double track system, I mean, it's not something that we should look at.
Okay.
Again, we also mention of infrastructure. The NDC and President Mama Asadem said that we were in the process of constructing about 200 schools.
Okay.
And so why is it that the party or the government of the day wouldn't focus on completion or completing these buildings or these schools?
Okay.
That will give a room, or that will give room for a lot of students to be accommodated. Again, we mentioned that, and then they said no. We still want to go in for it. That's fantastic. I'm not against free SHS, and I'm not against the implementation. We have a proverb in Greek. Greek saying, "Hilino fits,"
which means what?
Which means that again, nothing comes out of nothing.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
And so, if the free SHS is started, it means that it has to be started, and then fast forward. Whatever that we need to work towards it to make it effectively should be done.
Okay.
You get it? So if President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo started this free SHS policy.
Now, let's establish that fact. So today the NDC is conceding that free SHS was started by the NPP.
I don't get you. Started by NPP.
I'm asking.
Of course, it's on record that it wasn't started by NPP.
But you just said that the Nana Akufo-Addo implemented
the free SHS. Yes, of course, he implemented free SHS. I mean, including boarding schools. Okay. President Mama never implemented free SHS, including boarding schools.
Okay.
It was only day schools.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? It was only day schools.
Okay.
And so, if I say President Nana Addo Dankwa implemented free SHS policy, of course, it's a policy by him, by his party. So, if he has implemented it, it doesn't mean that you started it. Because if you've implemented something, doesn't mean you started it. The difference between implementation and then you started something.
Okay. I'll leave that to Baki too.
Yes. There's a difference between implementation and then you started it.
Okay. That's fine.
And so, PK, the double track system, I mean, it's something that we should look at.
Okay.
And I'm happy that the minister is saying that it's going to be fade out for a lot of students to, get back to school, as the usual time that they have, spend time in school, spend time with their teachers, and then when they come back to the house, it wouldn't be the matter of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months in the house. So please, this is not something that I don't want to really politicize.
Okay.
Yeah, because we should do something that, because I'm not married and I don't have children yet. The free SHS might be something or a policy which will be sustainable maybe me madachi. And so I do not want to politicize the president. But let's rather make it better and let him make it good for the people of Ghana to enjoy.
Okay. Before I leave you on this issue, the NDC had a problem with the double track. NPP said that because of infrastructure, they needed to, divide these students so that some can accommodate for a couple of times or a certain period of time, the others come and all that. Now, you have come to reverse that directive. Are there new infrastructures added to these schools that now that there is no more a double track, all the students can go in at a go?
Yeah, because currently there is no new infrastructure added. There is a new initiative, which is adding the private schools to be part of the free secondary school policy.
But with these private schools, so far we only know that it's just about 50 schools. That
was to test waters.
The new, you know, the new academic year is just about few weeks from now. Is it even up to 2 weeks? I don't even think so. But let's approximate it to 2 weeks. How many schools have been added to the 50 already, which can accommodate all these? Do you know how many students we enroll in an academic year? A whole lot.
Yeah, I know.
So what are the preparations so far that we think fading out this double track wouldn't hinder or create another problem for us?
Yeah, because so like I was saying, that the private institutions have been added to the free SHS policy. And so far, the 50 institutions that have been added, it's not the end of it.
Okay.
I remember the association of the private schools. I met, and a lot of private schools are willing to be added to the free SHS policy.
Okay.
Some of them are looking at their infrastructure. Some of them are looking at how they could accommodate more students. And so, if all these things are put in place, okay, trust me, there are a lot of students who will still go back to school.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? There are a lot of students who will still go back to school.
Okay.
And so it's not because we said it's 50 private schools in Tino. That is all. I mean, there are more than 50 private schools in this country. And I believe that everybody is willing to be part of the free SHS policy. But you don't just submit that you want to be part of the free SHS policy and then we just give you the go ahead. Okay, we need to do an investigation to know if you can really support the free SHS policy, if you have infrastructure, if you have the necessary materials to be able to support the free SHS policy, to be able to support kids when they are added to the existing ones. Yeah.
All right. Thank you there, Godwin. Maggie, what's so funny?
Yes. I think I'll be the very last person. I'll be the very last person. My brother will sit on the same platform to distort information to the Ghanaian people. Let me tell you one of the major problems of NDC communicators. Mostly they pick their facts from Kevin Taylor.
Really?
Yes, all their facts, whatever he's saying, they listen to Kevin Taylor a lot. He has been peddling a lot of falsehood. That's why they come and sit on the national radio station just to come and distort information to the Ghanaian people. He's talking about double track.
Yeah.
And he's mentioning red, gold, green. Double track. Listen to the word, double track. And we are talking about red, gold, green. How? Double track is, we only have the green track and that of the gold track.
Oh, okay.
So first of all, my brother should understand what he's talking about before he even come and sit here and start talking about it. So they should stop listening to Kevin Taylor to not help him and focus on the issues. And you see, they've peddled a lot of falsehood that double track have been reversed to a single track. And as we speak now, yesterday, you can go and check on the Ghana Education Service, their website. They issued a disclaimer to that effect. It's not true. In prior to the 2024 elections, they promised us that when we vote for them, within 100 days, they were going to cancel the double track system. It's on record. That's what they said.
Sure,
within 100
sure,
days,
sure.
they will cancel the double track system. And what is the education minister telling us today? When Honorable Aruna Idrisu was addressing Ghanaians, he said they are now projecting to look at even probably taking out a double track somewhere 2027. So what are we talking about? Your minister is saying we are now projecting to look at probably if we have to take out the double track or not, somewhere 2027. You come and sit here because you are listening to Kevin Taylor telling us that it has been
but did you listen to the minister? I think was it last Friday?
The minister, I think, was making a point about the fact that there are a whole lot of negative. In his opinion, thinks that there are a whole lot of negative effect with regards to the double track system. Yeah. And for that matter, it should be reversed to the single track system. And the only way we can fight this double track system is by making sure we put up a lot of infrastructure development so that we can contain these students. And the double track system has gone a long way. It has gone a long way to tell us the impact of the free SHS. That is to tell us that this number of students, if not because of the good policy that was implemented by the former president, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the visionary vice president, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, who has attached so much value to the office of the vice president. If not because they implemented this policy, this number of people would have been in the house by now.
Okay.
And you see, in implementing a policy, definitely comes with challenges. And when we were preaching that we would introduce a free senior high school, he sits here to look into our eyes, talking to the good people of Ghana and telling them that free senior high was introduced by who? The current president.
But is he wrong?
There is a whole lot of double standard.
No, is he wrong?
My brother has in one trench, he's talking about the fact that free SHS was implemented by the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In another trench too, he's talking about the fact that free SHS was implemented by the current president. So what is his stance?
He said that it was started by.
How was it started? We are all in this country. We know who brought free SHS. We know what the current president said about free SHS. We're all in this country prior to the 2016 election, where the current president said that free SHS shouldn't be implemented on the whimsical promise on the desperate politician. He said all this manner of things against free SHS. And today you want to tell me that he's the person who brought it? Let's be serious. Today, go to the market. Even you can even engage some of these laymen, and they will tell you who brought free SHS. The Ghanaian people know who implemented that policy.
Okay.
And that is one of the greatest policy we can ever boast of as a country.
Sure.
So my brother shouldn't sit here and in one way saying His Excellency Nana Dankwa brought it, and in another way trying to politicize the whole issue. And in implementing this policy, that was where it gave birth to the double track system, because of the impact it had on our community, because of the number of people who would have been deprived the rights to go through the secondary
cycle of education.
Yes.
But Baki, you see, when Godwin was speaking, he made mention of the fact that as they started it, they attached the idea of building infrastructure. That's why they called it the progressive free senior high school. So it would have been very progressively. We add some infrastructure, we expand it. We add, we expand. They left office with just about 50 being constructed. The rest was uncompleted. Now, as your government came into power and launched that policy of free SHS, which we all knew needed that infrastructure, why didn't the NPP go on to complete or continue the infrastructure that the NDC began, just as to surface and complement the policy that one of the greatest policies we could ever have as a country, to complement it and make it
Yes, to the best of my knowledge, the e-blocks that was started by their administration when our government took over, we've completed, I think, somewhere, if I'm not mistaken, getting to 90 of the e-blocks.
The NPP have completed 90. Really?
Cross-check. You can cross-check.
I think for this one, I would have to
cross-check so that I'm not. Because when they were leaving power, I think they left it around 50 something.
Yeah, about 54.
Yes, and to the best of my knowledge, when we came, we didn't neglect it totally. We also completed some. So you can cross-check and then let us know. And you see, with the issue of expanding some of these facilities, I think first of all, we implemented a policy where we were investing much in that policy to see the outcome of the policy, because the double track didn't just come in a very first beginning. And sitting here today, I am proud to say that we were the first batch of the free senior high policy. We were the first batch, and then during our tenure there was nothing like double track. So as time goes on, or as time went by, challenges would come up. And I think some of this infrastructure, if we go to my school, for instance, the government expanded some of the infrastructures in my school. It's not just about building these e-blocks. Let's make this point clear.
Okay.
Just like maybe Winneba Senior High. So Winneba Senior High is already in existence.
Yeah.
And then we've implemented free SHS. Probably the facilities there might not be able to contain a number of people who want to go to Winneba Senior High.
Sure.
So the government expanded some of the facilities in Winneba Senior. So today, if you go to my former alma mater, there have been expansion of government facilities over there.
Okay.
So let's not limit the conversation just to e-blocks.
E-blocks. Okay.
Yes. So government have made some commitment in expanding and even introduce some of these STEM education and all that, and TVET to boost the involvement of students or the youth in some of these activities. So in terms of infrastructure, I would say we've performed marvelously well. Recently they relaunched one of our policies that we've already launched, which is the B-STEM, and from the minister, funding and everything have been secured. It's just left for us to implement it, and we don't know why they didn't just go ahead to implement it and they are relaunching it again, because that's something we've already secured funding for.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of infrastructure, I would say we've done marvelously well, and they know they can't compare, because the STEM blocks, one STEM block you can compare it equally to university, because if you look at the facilities that we put up and all that, yes, you can cross it. So in terms of facilities, he is aware that we've done far better than them.
Okay. There is more for us to, but before we move on, let's go back to the e-blocks. So in 8 years, the NPP completed 60 e-blocks.
60 e-blocks.
Yeah. And in 4 years, NDC completed 55. And looking at the free SHS being the most popular, the biggest policy intervention so far, and with the, let's say, infrastructural attention given to it, 60 e-blocks, and as you put it, some expansion to some schools yes. which weren't that much. Let's be clear with that. Do you think that was enough? Because if truly it was sufficient, we wouldn't have even needed the double track system, which has had so many complaints, even from the PTAs and all that.
Yes, there's a saying that Oliver Twist asks for more, and definitely would wish to do more.
Okay.
Would wish to do more. And I think this issue of double track, as we rightly said, is not something that was initially part of the plan.
Okay.
But it came out of probably lack of infrastructure, where we have to jojo and then bring out a policy that can at least fit in that gap as at that material moment. So we would urge this current government, because what is in the past is past and gone.
Okay.
We urge them that they should take the infrastructural development very important, so that we can expand the secondary cycle to abolish this double track system if the need arises.
Okay, but well, what you just said, doesn't that then validate the campaign by the NDC leading to the 2016 elections, when they said that we would need planning, especially infrastructural planning, to fall out this free SHS policy in the way that the NPP is proposing to do it? Because if we should go by what you just said, then that means the NPP actually implemented this policy without adequate planning. Because if they had really planned well, we wouldn't have come with this lack of infrastructure, barring such a nice or a developmental policy as the free senior high school policy.
Oh, I don't think that's.
You don't think
yes,
that?
Yes, I don't believe that's the issue, because that's what I said. This double track system we are talking about really should take our focus to the fact that there were a lot of people who would have wished to be in a secondary cycle, and probably due to financial constraints wouldn't have been able to enroll themselves in this secondary cycle we're talking about.
Okay.
And it's with the implementation of this free senior high school that today we've acknowledged, and then we are appreciating some of these challenges that are coming up. So to say proper planning didn't go into it, I don't think.
You don't think that's
because in every policy that is being implemented, definitely
there are
challenges are going on.
All right. So in a nutshell, do you think that the reversal of this double track system to single track system as at now is in the right course? Do you think we are at a stage where we are capable of moving back to the single track system?
Yes, I don't think we are capable now to going back into the single track system. What we need to do now is to make sure we expand our infrastructure so that we can accommodate our younger brothers and sisters and make them feel comfortable in order to go through their secondary cycle. As the minister rightly stated that they will look into it, and somewhere 2027 we can start talking about abolishing the double track system. So first of all, so let me just end by saying that they have agreed that the promise they made to the Ghanaian people that within 100 days they were going to abolish the double track system is something they couldn't go by.
Okay.
So let that be on record.
Okay. All right. Thank you there, Baki. Godwin.
Yeah.
Anything you would want to?
Yeah. And so, when I was presenting, I said the double track system.
Yeah.
Was going to fade out gradually. I didn't say, or the minister never said that the double track system is out. No, we didn't say that. So my brother should get it clear.
But you said you get it out within 100 days.
I said the double track system will fade out.
Okay, he is referring to your campaign promise that you said in the first 100 days of your administration you are going to abolish it.
You see, you know one thing about NPP, and then you see
he's running away from it.
No, you see, we have a proverb saying only fools don't change. Is it because we said we will abolish it in 100 days? And so President Mahama comes into office and then thinks that because it's 100 days promise I gave, and so let's abolish it. Is that what will help our country? Is that what will help the country?
So admit you erred.
No, you see, you don't let us go on that tangent. Because it means that there were a lot of things people said and you didn't even do it. But what I'm saying is, in the right senses of the president and the government, if we said 100 days we are abolishing the double track system, and then we came into office, or we are in office, and then we think that within this 100 days we can abolish the double track system. Do you think we should abolish it? I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Okay. So is that why you deceive the cocoa farmers?
It's not about deceiving.
So
you see, it's not about deceiving. It's just like President Mahama will say that, look, Galam say no. It's much more difficult than I thought. Okay, no, you see, when we have this kind of, we had a leader in this country who said at the end of my 8 years in tenure, I'll make Accra the most cleanest city in Africa. Did it happen? Did they have the audacity to come and then tell us that I said it, and so I thought I'll do it? It's, you know, I mean, it was harder than I thought. But see, let's have people who always want to tell us the truth.
Okay, so then let me say this to both political parties. Before you make promises to Ghanaians or to your people, you need to make your inquiries well. Get your facts and details.
Look, no, you see, policies. Okay, if you are making a policy, it's different from implementing a policy. There's nobody implementing a policy before making a policy, and then if you implement a policy, there are a lot of factors, there are a lot of things that can change. There are a lot of things that can change within that short period.
Yeah, I get you. But to say that within 100 days, you said that is a promise. Now yes. I wouldn't promise you 100 cedis tomorrow if I know I wouldn't have 100 cedis by tomorrow. I don't know if you're getting me.
I understand. But you see, you're still not getting my point.
I get you. I get you.
My point is it because we said we are abolishing the double trust system within 100 days? And so because it's 100 days, we should abolish the double trust system.
Which I understand. I get you perfectly. But all I'm
why
saying
is he not saying that we said we will appoint ministers within 120 days and then the one come once? He didn't mention that.
Okay.
You get it? Yeah. So we shouldn't do that flimsy politics. It wouldn't help the development of the country.
All right.
Because free SHS, no, you're talking about students. You're talking about future leaders.
Sure.
And so if President Mahama has come into office and he says that I'm abolishing double track system within 100 days, and then he just implements it. When he knows that, look, this is not the right time to do that.
Okay.
But why is my brother battling with a promise you guys made? We didn't force you to make that promise.
You understand? And I'm saying that only fools don't change.
So is that why you promised cocoa farmers?
Look, only fools don't change.
Is that why you promised cocoa farmers?
What didn't the MPP promise us? What didn't you promise us?
But what did they do with the cocoa farmers?
You understand?
They promised them to increase the price of cocoa.
Then you don't know. You don't know about
Did they promise the price or the percentage?
My brother doesn't know about it. He doesn't know the details of this.
Did they promise the price or the percentage?
The price is going to affect the price.
So if the percentage, and we know that cocoa prices,
they are finding it difficult to defend it.
No,
cocoa farmers are angry to the extent where they've invoked cases. No. Is that like they've invoked cases? So you don't promise one thing.
So the host is asking you, was it the price or the percentage?
You don't promise.
No, was it the price or the percentage?
So do you agree?
Let's hold on. One at a time. Let's even hold on with that. Let's even hold on with that, please. Let's even hold on with that. So because what I'm saying is, I'm not running away from it because you don't know the fact. We said we were going to adjust the percentage, not the money.
So let's get master to deal with the I'm saying. I need the guy.
It's not the money. So I don't want this. This is not a topic for discussion today. So let me make my point. So because the American in Ane say, look, President Mahama is a listening president.
Okay.
He's a visionary leader. He doesn't just come into office and think that I said this, so I should do this. Because at a particular point in time, things might change.
Okay.
What didn't you promise us back in 8 years? And then you came to justify that the COVID came to change things. Russia-Ukraine war came to change things. Didn't you say that? Should we hold you responsible? Should we hold you responsible? No. We keep on saying it, and you're telling the Russia-Ukraine war, COVID. External factors. You were mentioning it. And so President Mahama has come into office and said that, look, I thought we can do this way.
Yeah.
But looking at things, we can't do it this way. Let's do it the other way. Shouldn't we commend him?
Okay.
Because shouldn't we commend him? the former president, I keep on saying on platforms that I don't want to be referring. The former president said, yeah, sure, I mean, there is somebody who can come in, work things out right for Ghana. Does it mean the president failed?
No, okay.
Are you telling me that I can say that the president failed? No. He did what he can do. But at that time, it wasn't enough for us.
No, okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
At that time, it wasn't enough for us. So the free SHS double track system will gradually fade out. You testify. You can testify to the fact that it is not helping. And that's what we are talking about.
Okay.
This is not about politics. This is not NDC. This is not MPP. Let's encourage right things to be done.
Okay.
That is what I mean.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Godwin. Let's go into the next topic for discussion. With this one, I think I'll need the NDC on this. ComStep. What is it about? The Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. What do you call the ComStep? What is it?
Okay, this ComStep, the basis for this is to help young people who are involved in illegal mining find a different source of livelihood.
Okay.
That is the basis. Okay, so if you hear this comment, yes, that is the basis to help the individual, the young people who are involved in illegal mining, okay, to find an alternative or a different source of income to support their lives.
So, in what strength, in what capacity do you think this policy is going to attract illegal miners from what they are doing, the Galamsey, to get into this ComStep policy, to abandon the Galamsey and then hop on this alternative?
All right, PK. So before that, let me tell you why this policy has been initiated.
Okay.
One, it is saying that it is to tackle the root cause of Galamsey.
What is the root cause of Galamsey?
Just as I special. It says many youth engage in Galamsey because of unemployment. Okay, and lack of livelihood option. So this initial policy is to provide structure alternative like training jobs, cooperative mining groups, and business supports, so people don't have to rely on illegal mining. I'm telling you why this policy was implemented or has been implemented now. 2, from confrontation to collaboration. Previous anti-Galamsey approaches relied heavily on military and police crackdowns, which often led to tension, violence, and human rights concern. So this policy again shifts the community-driven solution, working with chiefs, local leaders, and youth to create ownership and possession. Okay, the first one is to tackle the cause of the root of the illegal mining. Okay, the second one is to move from confrontation to collaboration. Now let me elaborate on this too.
Sure.
I'm telling you the importance of this initiative, of this policy. Okay, illegal mining, we know. We keep on saying that those involved in illegal mining are what we call the kingpins. But a lot of the youth or the individual who get involved in this illegal mining are unemployed. And so, for that matter, they need to go and find something.
Okay.
You get it? Youth of Ghana are not lazy. PK. It's because there is nothing to do.
Okay.
And so this policy is bringing on board training. It boils down to education. It's bringing on board training and support for business people. The minister said that there is going to be education in the various illegal mining places, especially in the community, partnering with chiefs to talk to those who are involved in illegal mining, especially the youth, find a lasting solution to it. That is training them with skills and then making sure that after the skills they are given the support to be able to fund for themselves when it comes to business.
Okay.
Picky, do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm following.
Yes. And so this is one of the things that we should really commend about the minister. Because at the end, if an illegal miner or if a youth who wants to engage in an illegal mining activities has something to do, I'm not sure that person in his right senses will want to go and involve in an illegal mining, which is of course very dangerous to the health and even to the environment. Two, we are also saying that this policy is to move away the confrontation to collaboration. Because illegal mining has been fought during the last 8 years, and now we are still not seeing any major improvement. And so what do? We need to explore other avenues. Why don't we go to the communities? Why don't we go to people who are involved in illegal mining? Why don't we talk to them? It's not about come and let's catch you. It's not about using guns or intimidating people with police and military. Because at the end, you are not on site with them. At the end, you are not sleeping in the community with them. So why don't we go and engage these people? That is the policy that will drive that. We go engage with the chiefs, we go engage with the illegal miners. What do you want? What is making you not even listening to anybody talking about illegal mining at the expense of your life? You get it? At the expense of your life. So this initiative is something that we should really applaud. I will say again, that is not something that I will sit here and support, whether it is coming from NDC or NPP. Because at the end, if we are to import water, because I won't get money to import water. Maybe someone in NDC who is mining illegally, destroying our water bodies and our forests, might get money to import water. At the end, he wouldn't say, oh, Ayamba is an NDC youth communicator or an NDC communication team member, so let me go support him import some of the water. No, I wouldn't be known. And so if I wouldn't be known, I will not sit here and so. I will not sit here and say that, look, Galamsey, because it is NDC time, we are doing everything to tackle Galamsey. Yes, we are doing everything to deal with Galamsey, but more is needed. That is why day in and day out, policies are being implemented, new policies are coming out. Because if we sit here and we say we are seizing excavators, we are burning down excavators. The previous administration seized excavators, burnt down excavators. But how did it go? We are doing the same thing. How did it go? We are not getting the right results we need when it comes to Galamsey.
So you believe this will give us the right results?
Because we are still moving. We thought burning excavators will give us the right, way of dealing with Galamsey. Did it work? No.
Okay.
We thought arresting people. It didn't work. And so, because if it didn't work, or if it didn't work effectively, it doesn't mean that we should sit and fold our arms. There are more things we can do.
Okay.
You get it? There are more things we can do. That is why this policy has come to play. Let's see the outcome of this policy. So that at the end, we will protect our water bodies and our forests. Because I keep on saying that when our water bodies and our forests are depleted, then I'm not sure there's going to be a life, any life in Ghana here.
Okay. Gode, you see, this policy, I've really analyzed it very well, studied it. You spoke about its importance. It is a very good policy, a very important policy. But I don't think the NDC has really looked at its effectiveness. Now, there's a reason why I'm saying this. If Galamsey hadn't been in play already, this policy will be a very good intervention, a very good market to unemployed folks. But this is where Galamsey is already in play, and it is at its peak as we are speaking. Yes, if you can assure you, agye nsɛm afi.
Put the NDC for now.
Now, let's look at the root cause of Galamsey as your party stated here. They cited unemployment. One. Why do people want jobs? It is just to make a livelihood for themselves. Yeah. Now, if I am to work, if I am to get paid, let's say, let's approximate it to even 3,000 cedis a month in Ghana here, which we know it takes a whole lot of degrees to even get that 3,000 as a Ghanaian a month. But let's approximate it to that. And then I am into Galamsey, and in a day I can make 5,000 cedis. That is the least you can make in a day. People make 20,000 in a week. The illegal miners. And today you are telling me that you are bringing a skill to me, which I would have to stop the 20,000 a week I am doing, go and learn it for, let's approximate it to even 3 months. For 3 months. And then afterwards, this skill is going to create a livelihood for me. How much is it going to give me in a week? Definitely. Is it going to be more than the 20,000 I'm already getting from illegal mining or Galamsey? So how effective is this new initiative by the NDC and the Lands and Minerals Commission? How effective is this going to be attractive to an illegal miner to sway him from what he is already doing to gain that much livelihood he already has?
Okay, you see, I sometimes find it very difficult to understand sometimes why people want to say that, look, yes, it's a fact that they are having to be paid more when they go to the Galamsey side. But you see, we don't also say that because the government will not be able to provide job that will pay as much as that, and so we should leave them destroy our water bodies. No.
We get that.
Yes.
We get that. But the question is, they are not doing the motive behind what they are doing is not to destroy our water bodies. It is just to make money.
I know.
So it is just to make money. Now
let's deal with the reality.
Let's take me working here. If my company is paying me 5,000 cedis, another company comes and they say, "Oh, I'm offering you 2,000 cedis." Are you telling me I will leave my 5,000 to go to the 2,000? Let's, as Maki said, let's tackle the reality here.
Okay, that is what I'm saying. Am I denying the fact that you said, I mean, they are making lesser at the Galamsey?
No, you haven't denied that.
What I'm saying is, that shouldn't be the basis for we not implementing this policy.
But see, the whole discourse about this policy is this: its effectiveness. Now we have launched so many policies.
Yes, so
that's not the only policy. Yes, we have launched much vigorous policies than this.
No, PK, I wouldn't side with that, because yes, we've launched much vigorous policies, but as to when the policy or people responsible for this sit to talk about this, then we know which step to take. So the vigorous policies didn't work, and so because you think the vigorous policies didn't work, we shouldn't implement any other policy.
You think this will work?
I'm coming. Before I leave you on this topic here, let's look at these two things.
Oh, you want the policy of shoot to kill?
In opposition, there was a crackdown somewhere getting to the elections, very close to the elections. There was a crackdown, and that was why the Honorable Sam George came to say that this Galamsey fight, if the president wants to fight it, he will end it in a week. Because see, that crowd, me myself, I was so those people, they were from Burkina or something. And look at the ammunition they had. The military cracked them down in 3 days. In 3 days. And up to now, they haven't been there yet. Again. In opposition, you said that when you come to power, the ally, you revoke it.
Oh, why are you talking for me? Don't talk for me.
Secondly,
The MPP shouldn't talk about LI. Me, I keep on saying, if the MPP talk about LI, because in your right senses, are you telling me today you know that the LI is not good? Are you telling me today you know that the LI is not good?
But that is why we voted them out. Now you are in power.
And
And
so,
you promised that you revoke it. You haven't
and
revoked
I'm asking a question. So it means that MPP follow Ajimbonu, they are very wicked, knowing that the LI is not good.
Speak to issues.
So you shouldn't go there.
So let's come to.
You shouldn't go there. Me, I don't want.
Come to me, PK.
I don't want to be politicizing Galamsey, like I mentioned earlier.
Sure.
But if the MPP want to politicize Galamsey, we will go into on a banter with them.
Don't worry. He hasn't spoken yet. I'm the one speaking. I'm not speaking
You
for
understand?
anything. So let's.
I'm not speaking.
You can't destroy our water bodies, our forest for 8 years, and then you think all of a sudden President Mama should perform magic.
So I'm coming. What I'm saying is.
You shouldn't go there.
What I'm saying is this. So the ally hasn't been revoked yet. Probably if it had been revoked, then we will see.
Who said? Again,
Who said what?
Who said if it is revoked now, you will see what you want to see? Who said? Are you projecting?
So why did you make that promise?
So are you projecting or what?
Why did you make that promise?
No, I'm asking. Are you projecting that when the ally is revoked, then it means that Galamsey is gone?
Do you understand what it means by
until we do that? Until we do that, how are we going to know that it wouldn't work? What caused the president to make that promise if he knew that it wasn't going to work?
So PK, until we also finish implementing this policy,
how do you make a promise you haven't fulfilled yet? Then you come to implement another promise that you didn't know.
You see, that argument doesn't hold.
It really holds.
Because I've made a promise.
It really holds.
Because I've made a promise, I need to fulfill that promise before what you.
Now who hear one I will go to? Who hear about?
Is that the only policy that we can implement? No, PK, I'm asking. Is that the only policy we can implement?
So implement that first. We see the progress it brings, then we move on to another one. That is what we are saying.
We think there are
now,
more
how effective?
We think there are more better way of approaching this Galamsey. We think that there are more better way when it comes to critical, when it comes to the need. This LI, I know we will do something about it. But as at
now, you don't think it is needed for us?
No, as at now, if it is needed, President Mama will say that let's revoke the LI.
As at 2022, the NDC was calling for state of emergency. As at now, just repealing an LI is not even needed.
Okay, I'm not saying it's not needed. I'm saying when the need be. I'm saying when the need be.
Okay.
When the need be,
come to me,
the LI will be revoked.
Okay.
Or will be dealt with or worked on.
Okay, all right. So in a nutshell, are you done?
Yeah, because so in a nutshell, I don't support Galamsey.
Okay.
But let's give room for the minister and the president to keep on, working on to see how best Galamsey can be dealt with.
Okay. In the country. All right. Thank you, Gordon. Baki.
Okay. It's very interesting this morning. First of all, let me state it on record that the initiative my brother is busily dealing with or talking about is not an initiative that was started by them. Definitely is the usual renaming they are doing. In February, on 28 February 2024, it was launched by the hard-working former Lands and Natural Resources Minister, Lawyer Abu Jinapor, responsible community mining. If you check the component or the context of what is in that document, is the same thing our people are launching today.
Okay.
And to me, I don't think that is what we need at this material moment. When they were in opposition, they had all the wonderful ideas to fight and combat Galamsey when they were in opposition. All the brilliant ideas in dealing with Galamsey. They had it when they were in opposition. They promised us they were going to repeal the LI 2462. Right? Elder Sam Nate George told us in this country when they were in opposition that within 1 week, if we want to fight Galamsey, we can fight Galamsey and then get results out of it. So what is happening today? What are they telling us today? What is the message they have for us today? And what is the excuse they have for us today? Why is it that the LI hasn't been repealed yet? This is some of the concerned questions we are asking.
Sure.
Why hasn't it been repealed yet? Today, what the minister is doing is to bring some water gas, some of their party foot soldiers as water gas that they should go and combat what? Let's get serious with this Galamsey issue. Let's get serious with this Galamsey issue. This is not about MPP or this is not about NDC. When you were in opposition, you had all the brilliant ideas. Why? All those ideas today, are they on V1s or were they on V1s or they were on disappearing messages? All of them have vanished. Let's implement them. I was thinking that when this sad tragedy hit us, when our 8 gallant heroes lost their precious life on the call of duty, with regards to this same illegal mining we are talking about today, I was thinking the press conference Honorable Ablakwa organized and was stating categorically that the fight against Galamsey is going to be led by the president. I was thinking, as of today that we are speaking, the LI would have been repealed to prevent all forms of mining in our forest reserves. Just to honor these people. Up to today, it has not been done. And you are seated here telling us what? Telling us that let's go and then to with who? At this moment where Galamsey has gotten to its peak, where your own national organizer is telling the president that the task force that you've brought together are on Galamsey side, looting and extorting money from people, and you are seated here telling us we should take it lightly. You are seated there telling us that there is no need for us to repeal the LI. Is my brother serious? Does he understand what it means to repeal the LI 2462? Today our forest reserves are going down, and as a nation, if we think we can continue to politicize this, if we think we can continue to do the usual gimmicks with some of these things, let's go on. It's just our unborn children and our future generations that are coming to suffer some of these things. So the minister should get serious. Where I got to know the minister has already failed was when they just played a 30-second video of how people are destroying our lands, of how people are destroying our water bodies, and he was seated there crying like a baby. That is where I just got to know that this minister has already failed. In the tough times where all media stations, all neutrals in this country, including you, the NDC, were on the neck of the MPP, were on the neck of lawyer Samuel Abu Jinapor, he stood firm and still made sure that he went through the fight against Galamsey. Yes, we admit he couldn't fight it all out. You are in power and you are seated on TV crying. That is not what we need from the minister. Okay. What we need from the minister is that he should take drastic measures. He should take good steps that will help all of us to combat this Galamsey issue once and for all. And we are in for them. We are ready to help them to combat some of these issues. So the LI 2462, we are pleading on the president. Please, let's repeal this LI so that we will ban all forms of mining activities in the forest reserves. Because today our forest reserves are going. Sure. It's very sad. Sure. It's very sad. My brother himself, down within his heart, knows that this issue we are talking about is something that is very sentimental. It's something that is killing our nation slowly. He's aware. When we are talking, he will tell you 8 years, what did you do? We did what we could do, and that is why Ghanaians voted us out of power, because you promised us you were coming to combat all those issues. Sure. So let's deal with it once and for all. Sure. And you stop what he's talking about, please, with the greatest of respect.
With the greatest of respect, let's deal with this once and for all.
Again, you see, I'm still saying that I do not support the illegal mining of Galamsey.
Okay.
And then I don't think I can ever defend anybody, whether from the MPP or the NDC, involved in illegal mining. You get it, PA? That is what I want my brother to know. But what I'm saying is that if we want a government who has the political will to deal with Galamsey? It is the NDC government, and in fact, it is President John Dramani.
How is that? How is that validated? Because see, we have just two things. All Ghanaians are asking for. If you really say you have the will, as you say, to fight Galamsey, the first step is to repeal the LI. You say you won't do it. So how then do you come up with, I have the will, I have the will?
Is it the first step? That's the first step. You think that's the first step?
See.
But it was a promise
by
the president.
That LI is what gives permission. See, this Galamsey whole thing. Even with people without permission, they are doing it.
Yes.
How much more an airline which grants permission? And repeal it, and we are telling us we are not there yet.
Okay, I'm telling you that when the need arises, I mean,
I'm coming. What has changed from just a year ago to now? Because a year ago, the president had promised on the third time, in 2024, that was his third time making that promise, that he will repeal that LI.
Don't worry about the LI, Piquet.
Hey.
LI, look, the LI, I will say it over and over again, that when the need be,
God,
the LI will be dealt with.
So you think we are not at a roll?
No, not at all.
So that brings my question. What has changed from then to now? Because as at then, he said if he was in power then, he will report the LI.
We are still
Today
in
he's in power.
Yes, we are still in power. We are not out of power.
I'm saying that when he was in opposition, he said if he was in power,
yes,
he would report the LI. Today he's in opposition, and you are saying we are not there yet. So what has changed? What has changed?
We said when we are in power, we will repeal the LI. We are still in power. We are not out of power. Our tenure of office is not yet due. And so if you are promising, or we made that promise that when we are in power, we will repeal the LI.
You see, because
it should. I mean, President Obama didn't even emphatically say that. Look, within my 1 year, I'm going to repeal the LI. Within my 100 days, I'm going to repeal the LI. He said when I'm in power, I'll repeal the LI. So please, you people should give us the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I think.
Okay, I'm coming.
I think my brother doesn't understand what he's talking about, because the president's promise to combat illegal mining is that when he comes, the first step he's going to do, or the first thing he's going to do, is to make sure he repeals the LI. And what the most interesting part of this whole issue is that let's boil it down to sentiment. Let's boil it down to emotions. Let's boil it down to our conscience. This is the case where we've had 8 great people of our nation in their duty, right, to deal with this same illegal mining we are talking about, lost their precious lives. And we are saying, even if you are not willing to repeal the LI, just for the sake of these people, just for the sake of these people who are against illegal mining, do it to honor them. Not to honor us, just to honor them. My brother is seated here saying it's not important. It's not important for the LI to be repealed.
Since when did you people know that the LI wasn't good for
Please.
our country? Since when?
The Ghanaian people are listening to us, and they are the best judge.
Since when did you know that the LI wasn't good for us? Since when?
Okay, in 2024, Mahama made a promise.
Yes.
Now on 11th March 2025. The NEC had been in power. The Honorable Murtala Mohammed, may he so rest in perfect peace, was asked about, because he's Minister for Environment and he was asked about the LI, which grants permission for people to mine in our environmental reserves. And this is what he said. The President Mahama will fulfill his promise to repeal the LI 2462 within his 120 days. Now, how many days has the President been in power?
More than 120 days.
Okay.
So what do you have to say about that?
What I have to say about that is, look, it just comes down to what I said initially.
That
only fools don't change. And so because you think President Mahama has said he's going to do this, And I'm asking. So why are you not talking about things that President Mahama has done within the 120 days that he promised? President Mahama is saying that within 120 days, if the minister is saying that President Mahama said within 120 days, this is what I'm going to do. And then within 120 days, President Mahama has not done it. Does it mean that President Mahama doesn't have the will to do it?
That is objective.
No, you
what
can't
you're asking
say that.
me is
No,
objective.
you can't say that.
I choose to focus on the things that I think we need as a country. Yes. So that's objective.
And President Mahama also chooses to focus on what he thinks the country needs and where he is.
So
definitely, what you are telling us today is that the president doesn't think repealing the airline, which he promised to do in his 120 days.
Okay, so
it's important
again, I'm telling you that out of office is different from in office. And so in office now today, he thinks that there are more things, more policies, more initiatives we should try our hands on first. Before if the airline, when it gets to critical, we will repeal it, we will. But I believe that the President Muhammad that I know, okay, when it gets there, he wouldn't hesitate.
When did the parliament go for recess?
I mean, just this one.
Yeah, they took a break, I think, before the Easter.
Before the Easter.
Okay. During that, did you listen to Sami Jemfi about the airline?
Now, when parliament resumed, they are going to deal with it.
Yes. They didn't say they are going to deal with it. He said that the president will revoke the airline once parliament resumes. How long has parliament been in?
Yeah, it looks like you want me to keep on repeating what I said.
See, I'm not even looking for answers from you. I'm trying to draw your attention to the fact that your government has failed in the fight against Galamsey so far. Let me just use so far.
It's not true. It's not true. It's never true. It's never true.
That you have failed.
It's never true. It's never true. We are all
so far.
We are all living in this country. It's never true the government of the day has failed them in Galamsey. You know, if we had had the previous government dealing with Galamsey this way.
Please, let's not bring the previous. See, let's just say the NPP didn't even do anything about Galamsey. That's why we voted them out. Let's just say that. Let's put it that.
I didn't know the cause of it.
Do you know that in 2015?
You are sick for 5 years and then you go to hospital one day, you think the doctor should
do you know that in 2015, the NPP also campaigned against Galamsey? When Dumso was solved, Dumso was solved in 2015. Do you know that? Now, right after Dumso, the NPP switched to Galamsey as their campaign message. So Galamsey has been there since. NPP isn't the root cause of Galamsey. We can't.
No.
Put it
of course,
on
Galamsey has been there already.
Exactly.
That one there, nobody can.
So let's even say in their 8 years they didn't do anything.
Because we can't say it. If you also say let's say, then we can also say let's say within NDC government. We can't say it.
No, so but what is I'm coming. What is the sense behind this? Because if you are telling me that it's MPP members that are involved in Galamsey, then what stops you from arresting them?
I never started here to say MPP members.
See that after the airline promise, I was coming to another point. Your president said that when he comes to power, he's going to grant amnesty to the young boys who are only doing it for survival, and arrest the kingpins, those who buy the excavators, those who fund the materials and equipment used for these Galamseys on the concessions and the sites. Those are the ones he's going to go after and arrest them. Has he made any arrests so far? Or that's also not important?
Yeah.
Oh, please, that's also not important.
No. You see, President Mahama makes the promise, and there are institutions to follow up. Okay.
Whose responsibility is it to make sure the institutions under him perform that promise or fulfill that promise?
Okay, you're talking about kingpins. Do you know how many excavators are being pounded at the port? Waiting for the owners to come forward. Do you know how many?
We already have some excavators already on grounds. So arrest those ones. Why are you going after the ones now being important?
If you don't see the person, how do you arrest the person?
So the ones at the side, they don't have owners.
else at the site.
They don't have any owners.
Oh, PK.
They don't have owners. That's what you are saying.
PK, I'm saying that if you don't see the person, how do you arrest the person? If you don't get to know the person, how do you arrest the person? Over 200 excavators at the port. Nobody is coming forward. How do you arrest the person?
Last month, we all heard the death of the immigration officer who was killed cold-bloodedly. We didn't know who did it. But the police, through investigation, that is what these institutions are there for. So you can't tell us we don't know the person.
No, PK. There are different ways. There are different situations and how to deal with it. There are different situations and how to deal with it.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, we are willing to deal with Galamsey. Let's give the president the room. Let's give the minister the room to deal with Galamsey. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't support Galamsey.
Okay.
I won't support it. But let's give the government of the day the room.
The room,
to work on. Yeah.
Okay.
Galamsey.
Baggy.
Like there's no way of what I say.
There's some in cars.
What do you think about?
Oh, but do you have something to say about it? I mean, we are closing, so he will give his last remarks in lesbian. As for now, we know that it is no more important for the president to revoke the airline. We know it is established by Ayamba. So
it's well understood. Yes, PK.
Yes, sir.
It's very sad. That we have to end this conversation this way, where my brother is boldly seated on a national radio and telling the Ghanaian people that it's not important for the president to revoke the LI, and then it's not important for the president to go after the kingpins and arrest them. So be it, if that is what they think.
Sure.
I'd want to use this opportunity to greet all my party members.
Sure.
And also use the opportunity to tell them that on Thursday, that's just this coming Thursday, on the 28th of August, our former vice president, who has attached so much value to the office of the vice president, will be submitting his form to our party headquarters to finally confirm his ambitions of going in for the flag bearership of our party.
Okay.
So let's all come to the party headquarters to support our incoming flag bearer, who subsequently, by the grace of God, come 2029, January 7th, will be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you there too, Baki.
Yeah, NDC will not build a country for the MPP to come and destroy again. Never. It won't happen. You know what happened? And this
fast forward, I'm coming. Sorry. With the issue of recently they are talking about getting some presidential jet and what have you. I think our Black said we should have that conversation somewhere 2023. Yeah, somewhere 2030. Sorry, somewhere 2030. So I think you guys should stop talking about acquiring a presidential jet as at now. You can probably form a committee to look into probably how we are going to purchase a new one, so that when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia comes into government in 2029, we can acquire a new presidential jet for the state. But for now, they should stop talking about that. We don't want to get it.
No, okay.
I thought you were even coming to greet me. I'm crying. Yeah, so let me thank you. Let me thank your team here. Then
sure.
Let me say a very big good morning to the President John Dramani Mahama, and the Vice President Obapa Yamame Bakope, Professor Jenna Nopoko Ajima. And then let me say a very big good morning to the people of Trobo constituency, our chairman, everybody there, and then the MC. And I extend my warmest regard to them. And then let me also say emphatically that my brother should know that 2028 is not for them. If there is something they want to be doing, they should start doing it. If there is a company or work that they want to build using the money they stole, they should start building it so that they can start working.
Money they stole.
Yes, money they stole. So that they can start working. Because for 2028 we wouldn't hand over the country to another party to come and destroy it like what
what they did.
Yeah, you heard it before. That was your president.
Why bring it?
That was your president.
Why bring it?
I said, whoever we will bring, you can compare Baumia, Educhum, Dr. Educhum, Dr. Brian. Who? Why?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you to our distinguished guests this morning. Made the show a worthwhile and very educative for us. And we thank our audience too for sticking through with us throughout the show. But this is where we will end it. Tomorrow, same time, we will be coming your way. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
This is